I said, what's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. This is the first episode of 5-Star Pod Splash. You already know, paying homage.
I said, what's good, everybody?
Go RVD. You already know what it is. Let me hurry up and knock that out right there. Have to get the link to the YouTube real quick. Kind of weird hearing myself back, like with a little shit behind it. But let's see here. All right. What's up? I got my brother Reggie up in here, man. Make sure y'all check out Reggie's show, man. Reggie, he be talking. I forgot the name of the show. I've seen it a few times, but man, he be having special guests on there, man. Some good Christian brothers spreading the gospel, man. You know, but not just preaching it to you, like coming from like a point of view where you could really like take it in if you're a younger person or whatnot, man. So I highly recommend if you know, maybe you don't get to church as much, or you know, don't get to go everywhere and reading your Bible as much. Check them out. So salute to Reggie for that, man. I'll see my boy Dustin up in here. What's good with it, Dustin? Shit, man. Oh shit. I got my motherfucking nigga. Sir Frass up in there. Turn his motherfucking mic up, man. You already know what it is, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all share the link and everything, man. Today I'm just doing a AEW review today, man. We're going to be going over the top 10, in my opinion. Man, we got real professional wrestlers up in here, dog. I'm gassed right now, dog. I'm fucking hyped right now, dog. If y'all don't know who Willie Beeman is, dog, if y'all don't know who Vanessa is, bruh, look, man, I have to pay for my titles. This man don't pay for his titles. He get paid to win titles, man. Shout out to Will Ness, man. Future pro wrestler. I mean, he's already is a pro wrestler, but I mean like future, like you gonna see him on one of the big three, like on Impact or New Japan, Ring of Honor, or something down the line. Because man, he making big splashes right now, man. So I'm honored that he even up taking even a minute of his time to tune in and everything. So man, salute to that. If anybody want to drop their top 10 before I get into dropping the list, so you know, real quick, I'll go over the roster real quick and then break down. I'm going to do, and I already have mine already listed and everything. I'm going to give my breakdown and whatnot, and then I'll bring people on so that they could they top 10 on the matter. So I think actually that's what I'll do. I think I'll go over my top 10 for like a category or just in general, and then after that, have people come in and then give these, or you know what, I'll do like one at a time. And if anybody wants to come in, I'll put in a pause. I just realized that. If anyone wants to join the little session, then all they need to do is copy the link that I just posted right there. And then I will add you in the StreamYard and y'all can get up on here and sound off on what y'all got, you know. So there's the link. This is not the YouTube link. This is the link to join the StreamYard if y'all want to get up on and speak y'all top 10 or whatnot. So for the first top 10 that I'm going to be going over, you know, I'm a gentleman, man, so we're going to go ladies first. So with the AEW, I ain't gonna lie, the women's division was kind of the weakest division. It was the easiest one to kind of call, but it's going to be controversial. I already know it's going to be very controversial to the people watching, to the people who watch this back later. But I'm about to go and run down my list for the top 10 women on the AEW roster. So at number 10, I got Penelope Ford. You know, so she already know what it is, man. Yeah. So let me see here, though. Anyway, man, fucking let me see here. Where are we at? All right, so we got Penelope Ford right there. I ain't gonna lie, Penelope Ford, out of everybody on this list, Penelope Ford looks the best to me. I ain't gonna lie. She is definitely the best looking on here. And damn, man, like I hate to sound like a pig like that or anything, you know, but like damn, and like, you know, I think she's the hottest one on the roster. However, I got Penelope Ford, if I'm pronouncing that right. I got her at number one. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got her at number 10 on the list, but I got her at number one as far as go. You know what I'm saying? So let me see here. Man. Penelope. Man, a lot, man. There used to be this little freaking porn star named Penelope. Man, had like huge ass titties, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot her last name, but yeah, I was on her. Anyway, man, back to right scheduled programming. So person I got at number 9. Let me go back to the solo. And person I got at number 9, myself personally for the women, is I got Allie, aka the Bunny. Her and Penelope, I think like they the two probably the most attractive on the roster now. But again, they haven't really like they both take the managerial role. So let's see here. This is special, man. This is in regards to Penelope, but man, yeah, like Allie. With Allie the Butcher, I think she's just done a little bit more than Penelope. I think she's just a little bit more of an established character. Like the Bunny goes real good with the Butcher and the Blade. I like they complement each other real good. When they come out, they look like a real wrestling unit. You know what I'm saying? They look legit. She compliments them and they compliment her. And she does enough spots, but she does spots to make mistakes as Penelope has made. Like originally, a week ago when I originally had my list together, I had Penelope, the Bunny switch. I had their places switch. I had the Bunny at 10 and Penelope at number 9. But then I went back, watched a little bit more of the footage, and I saw that Penelope is a little bit more, I could say green, but she had a little bit more botches or whatnot. And I just feel like the Bunny's just a little bit more of a complete character at the moment. Even though they both could really improve character-wise, like, but yeah, I think the Bunny at this moment is just a little bit more polished than I think she's a little bit more polished than Penelope Ford. And so let's see here. Who I got at number 8? Number 8, I got Chris Statlander. Now, Chris Statlander, with her, she's probably one of the better athletes overall on their women's division. Like, I would definitely put her in the top. I'd probably put her in the top 3, top 4, if it wasn't for basically the if it wasn't for the gimmick. Her gimmick is just way too goofy. She got like the most goofy gimmick in all of pro wrestling. Like, it's really hard to take that serious. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, even the commentators be like, the wrestlers. It's so easy to pick her apart with that. It's just like so childish. Her gimmick. It's so 90s, you know, like 80s, not even 90s, like 80s, like really wacky. But yeah, like, so for her, like, even though I do have her as one of the better athletes on the roster, I do have just overall, because of her gimmick, it's just so limited. She really needs to ditch that, because yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the alien gimmick, to be honest. At least not the way that it's presented in her case, you know. So for number 7, I got B Priestley. I hope I pronounced that right. Bae Priestley, B Priestley. I like B Priestley, Bae Priestley, however you pronounce it. But like, I just haven't seen like enough really to understand her character. You know, like, it's like you're just a wrestler. You're a wrestler with no real character development. Like, who is Bae Priestley? You know, except for like the person who so far has been put in matches really kind of to enhance the person that she's in there with. And like, you see like the fight in her, you know, like I like the fight in her. Like, I like the attitude. You see the attitude, and that she got like this spunk to her and this fight to her and everything. But it's just not really 100% really, it's not really developed. Like, there's no real pinpoint accurate, like, at least with Statlander, like, I know what you are, but with it's just bad, you know. But Bay, whatever you want to say it, however you say it. Like I just don't really know her, what her character is. You know, it just seems like a like an angry person. Like I don't even want to say angry person, but you know, like the bad guy, but not a really detailed one. Like not one with a really good backstory or any real motive to like make you really like dislike them or whatnot. You know, it's just like the person they're taking on is the good guy, and so that's obviously got to be the bad guy. You know, the women division got a long way to go in AEW. I ain't gonna lie. Out of all the women divisions, they definitely got the weakest division. That's no knock to them. Like they definitely been trying. It's definitely been getting better. So yeah, salute to them on that. Number 6 is Big Swole. I ain't gonna lie. For a minute, I had Big Swole probably a little bit lower on the list, and just over the last, or not even really list, like just in my list in my head before I even came up with a list. But like, I wasn't that really big on Big Swole. It was like another one of those characters like where Chris Statlander had like a character I just like really don't care for the gimmick. Like with Big Swole's kind of like, this gimmick kind of doesn't really make sense to me. It's like you're calling yourself Big Swole, but you're not really big or swole. You know what I'm saying? It's like me calling myself like big stud, and I'm like fucking like the short dude. You know what I'm saying? So like they're like, hold up, why are you calling yourself big? Like, and you short? Like, why are you calling yourself big and swollen and you're like skinny and not really, you know? So, but what I will say is she's like kind of the same. I put her right there with Bae Priestley. Yeah, I see they're 6 and 7. She's just a little bit more polished in her character. At least with Big Swole, I see a little bit more of her character and what makes her her. And she does a little bit more outside of just her wrestling matches from her promos that she's been going back and forth with Britt Baker to the little promo she does on the Elite. Like she's doing little things to like add little things to her character, you know, to build her character up. So like I'll give her a little bit more. I'll rank her a little bit higher than the Statlander and the Priestley because she's just a little bit more developed than them, but not by that much. To be honest, like number 5, this one's gonna be pretty controversial because this person on the list, and I probably had them like a week ago. I probably had them a little bit higher actually. Surprisingly, I probably had them like top maybe 3, even though they don't wrestle hardly as much as most of the girls on this list other than the Bunny and Penelope Ford, and that's Leva Bate, aka the Librarian. She's like, her character is more defined than any of the other 5 people before her, you know? So it's like, even though she doesn't wrestle, and even though when she does wrestle, she mainly jobs. Like, let me like pull her for a second. Even though she like mainly jobs and whatnot, her character, yeah, 1 in 5. So like, even though she loses all the time. Hold up, let me pull her up on here too. I'm trying to get this. Even though this girl loses all the time, she still has a more polished character than most of the women's roster. Even more polished than some of the people I have ranked above her. I personally love her character. I love to see them do more with her. Yeah, she got a great. I think there's a lot of potential with the Librarian. I ain't even gonna lie. I like the Librarians. I like both of them, and I'm mad now because now that I think about it, because I don't think I'm the other guy on the other list. I know, but yeah. So yeah, I got Leva Bates at number 5 right there. So let me see here. Because of her forehead, I don't know who you're talking about. Which one he was talking about? I was keeping up on the comments for a second, but yeah, I got the Librarian right there. So continuing down the list, number 4. This one might surprise y'all, but number 4, I got the current champion, Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida, the thing that's gonna hinder her compared to two of the other three that I got above her is the language barrier. You know, like it's just hard, like to really develop and establish that character for the U.S. audience when you really don't speak that much English. And that's not a knock. You could still be the GOAT and not speak English or whatnot. But I'm just saying, like, when you have people who are really, who could also wrestle just as good as you, but then they could talk better than you, it's going to make for a more, it's going to make for a wrestler with a better connection, a bigger window to really like do big things because they have that checked off their list of things that they need to have. You know, that's something definitely I strongly recommend for like the international foreign people that do switch over to like American promotion wrestling to make sure you sharpen up on your English before you do make that transition, because that is the only thing I think of that could really justify the hindrance of some of these people like Shinsuke Nakamura from not already being the WWE heavyweight champion and whatnot, is that they don't have faith in his promo ability from his inability to speak the language. You know, with Hikaru Shida, she puts on some good matches. I'd say she's definitely probably top. No, she's yeah. I'd say she's like top 4, top 3 as far as the wrestling matches. So yeah, it ain't that far off in my opinion. I can see some people might feel like she should be higher because she's the current champion or whatnot. But in my opinion, right now, I got her at number 4. So the person I got at number 3 is Rijo. And it's for the same exact reason. All right. It's for the same exact reason. Rijo, for as good as Sheeta is good. She definitely is. But that language barrier, man, you got to look at the full picture. Like, you got to be able to not just be able to wrestle in the ring, you got to be able to tell the story. And if you ain't able to speak the language of the audience, then it's going to be hard to really convey that story. There ain't subtitles. This ain't an anime. There ain't subtitles at the bottom of the screen for people, you know, like, and they ain't really doing anything to outside. There's so much you could do nowadays, especially with even with the virus going on, where people are doing all this stuff out of the box, where they could do that. They could break that language barrier and still do stuff and communicate to develop their character more. But it's really not. It's just go out there, put on a good ass match, and that's it. Like, they really need a little bit more. In that sense, they are probably the two best, Rijo and Shida, in that division. But the two people I put above them, I definitely put above them primarily because they could also wrestle, but they could cut those promos. They could talk. And this is where it's going to get very uncomfortable for you, motherfucker. Because, man, shit, man, y'all gotta get out of y'all comfort zone, man. I'm giving Nyla Rose, you heard it right. I'm giving Nyla Rose fucking number 2 best woman. I know they're transgender. Get over it. You'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. You're not dying. All right, it does have no effect on y'all. I don't know why people be so. I don't know why people be so like. I don't even want to take that to my channel, so I'm not even gonna mention the word. But man, look, Nyla Rose. Say what you say, controversial as it is. I do have my discrepancies and my issues. Mainly just for the simple fact, like, man, as someone who is on the front line, as a transgender, like, I feel like you should really own that shit and like run with that shit. Like, there's been no mention on AEW. Like, everybody know it, but there's been no mention of it. Like, shit, own that shit. You know, really go fucking, yeah, really. Let's see the fucking comments. Like, here we go, man. Here comes the fucking savages, man. The wolf. Yo, Joe, man, like, get out of your. Where would you rank Joe? Since you're there, where would you put them? Where would you put Nyla Rose in, Joe? Where are you gonna put them? Because I'll tell you this: This is why I got Nyla Rose number 2. Nyla Rose, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. If that's how you feel, fine. How am I to tell you how you feel? It has no effect on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's how you feel, if you did all that, if you did the shit that you did, then by all means, man, I will recognize you if that's what you want to be. All due respect, then fine. So, bro, with that being said, Nyla Rose, because a 7, you think there's 7 people? There ain't 7 people that talk better than Nyla Rose on that AEW women's roster, bro. There's only really one person that talks better than Nyla Rose on that women's roster, bro. I mean, the only other person would probably be Big Swole. Like, and I got Big Swole down there. Like, you know, but the only other person I would have over Nyla Rose, the person I gave number 1, and we already know who it is because they have not been said yet, and it's pretty clear. Like, it should really be clear who the number 1 woman in AEW has been, and that's been Britt Baker, MD. I'm sorry, Britt. I forgot to put the MD. I apologize. I did not go to a doctoring school. Like, I don't got your doctorate degree. All right, I just got a simple bachelor's degree. Don't sue me. All right, for don't judge me. But look, I don't want to get off Nyla, but with Nyla Rose, like she has the ability because of her size and everything to do all these power moves that a lot of them can't do, and then she has the ability because of her size to take a lot of moves that a lot of other women can do. So it's able to make for a better. She's able to sell better for people, and then she's able to do stuff that they can't do. And then motherfucker's pretty agile too. They could do like some of that little springboard shit too and top rope shit too. So yeah, I put Nyla Rose definitely above everyone at the division. Like just from being a man, just not trying to be biased, but because all that stuff, you could really put the Nyla Rose. You could really make the argument that Nyla Rose is number 1. But what makes her not number 1 to me is Britt Baker, because Britt Baker has just been consistently on point from the get-go. Even without being the world champion, Britt Baker, just from watching AEW since it started, Britt Baker has made herself come across like she's the star of that division. Like, that's her show. Like there's always a Britt Baker segment, it feels like, on almost weekly. You know what I'm saying? If there's no girl that's going to be on every week, it's Britt Baker. She's the workhorse of that brand. Even if she ain't wrestling, she's doing promos, and she's doing the best promos. She's doing some great heel work. You know, Nyla talked that shit from time to time, but man, yeah, Britt be botching too. She be botching. I mean, damn near every woman on that roster is botched. Let's just keep it real though. Almost every woman on that roster is botched. So what it really comes down to is whose character is the most defined, and then who could talk and wrestle in the ring and put the two together the best. Like who got the most complete? And I think Britt Baker, her promo is head and shoulders above most. There's very few on that roster that can with their. She's better than most, even in other rosters. But yeah, I'm about this. I'll send it to you right now. If someone could do me a favor and go on YouTube, copy the link, and then post that to them. But yo, with Britt Baker, she just talked her shit though, for real, man. So that's why I really fuck with Britt Baker. I think she number 1 of that. Yeah, that's true. Penelope though, man, she be just she hasn't had as much airtime as Britt Baker or whatnot. So like when she make a mistake, it costs more because it's like you don't have as much to go off of. You know what I'm saying? So when you have way less and you botching those, it's just like, damn, you botch every time kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? But like I am liking the direction they're going in with her and Kip Sabian and And oh boy, I forgot his name just right now, man. Just going blank on me right now. Feel bad for that. Shit. But all right, man. So all right, with the women out the way, man. I'm about to get in. Whoa. I'm about to get into the AEW Originals. Now with the AEW Originals, everyone in AEW Originals, you're gonna see. I'm not counting certain people. There's certain people I did count, and there's certain people I didn't count. You know, Jimmy Havoc, good looking man. My fault, Jimmy Havoc, man. Hardcore, fucking OG veteran man. Just my one blank man. I shouldn't have smoked for the cast. I apologize, Jimmy Havoc. Salute to you, big fan, man. Jimmy Havoc. Let me say, I know you're not gonna see this, but if somehow, someday, some way, you ever do see this, man, let me say, man, you have some hardcore fans, man. You have some hardcore fans, bro. I had a debate with somebody and they got mad I didn't put you on like my top 5 or something like that. And they called me every name in the book, Jimmy Havoc, man. I don't like your fans, bro. Straight up, man. So, man, let's see here, man. I'm about to get into my top 10 AEW Originals, man. I ain't talking Kenny Omega. That's for the Generals. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna do the Generals. I'm gonna do the Generals before I do. I'm gonna save the OGs for last because I just did a review right there anyway. So, man, for the AEW Originals, the people when I look at the Originals, what I'm considering originals, all right, haven't been to WWE. They haven't been to New Japan. And if they have been to WWE, they haven't been a WWE champion. If they've been to New Japan, they weren't a factor. They weren't a main star. They weren't a main draw. They weren't world champion material. They weren't even US champion material, intercontinental champion material. If you're under never weight champion, then I don't count that unless you're a tag team. Now, with that being said, top 10, I start off with the Butcher and the Blade. Now, I rock with the Butcher and the Blade, man. Like, something about the Butcher and Blade. I really like the AEW tag team, and I am putting the tag teams with the single competitors. And what I am looking for when I'm looking at this list is like, I'm taking two things into consideration right now. I'm taking in right now, but I'm also taking in like your ceiling, like not even your ceiling. I had to say ceiling because I don't want to put a ceiling on anybody, but I'm looking at like from what you've done so far, like where does it look like your projections going? Right now, Butcher and Blade, they got a good look. They got a solid look. I like what they're just doing with the Revival, but up until what they just started doing with the Revival, oh shit. Man, I got my motherfucking boy in here, man. I gotta introduce Bullet Club Killer.
Yeah, what's up, bro?
What's you, man?
What's goody, bro?
Shit, man, I'm up over here, man, running down these AEW lists, man, and it's only suited that we come through with the AEW lists, man. Before I even get into the AEW Originals, because I know you're really about that life, bro. Do you have a top 10 of the women? Do you?
Of the well, I do, but it's really the same. I mean, there's a little bit that I would switch, you know what I mean, but it's pretty much the same. I had Big Swole a little bit lower, you know what I mean? Like I might have switched like maybe I think you had her at 6 and I think I had her at 5. You know what I mean? Like I really like Big Swole. I really like her. And one point that I think you made that was really good was Statlander. Like, I think she's good in ring. Like, I like her. You know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, if her character was different, it would. You know what I mean? Like, I would place her higher.
Way higher.
But just the whole, like, you know what I mean? It's so far out there with the aliens. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I see bringing her down a little bit.
Definitely, bro.
But no, I agree with, I agree with it with your Nyla Rose spot, and up until probably a month ago, maybe I maybe would have said one, but Britt Baker, man, she was her face run was so it just wasn't getting over. You know what I mean? But she's really running with this with a I'm better than you. You know what I mean? I'm a dentist thing, and I know she's injured right now, but I hope when she gets back, she uses some of that heel angst. You know what I mean? Some of that heel persona into her her style of matching. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking forward to for her.
Oh shit! Hold up! Oh shit! Oh shit!
What's up,
Mr.
Who we
Black
got?
Lives Matter. Mr. Black Lives Matter himself, man. Teaching people how to Dougie.
Oh man,
Man, we got my brother Lachey up in here, man. What's good with you, bro?
man, not much. Hey, I want to say salute for all that you're doing, man. I know you've been talking for a while, trying to get this whole YouTube thing going. I mean, between FAD, OTR, and stuff like that, man. So I think this year is definitely a chance for us to really, come together and support each other on our ventures and businesses and stuff like that. So salute to you, salute to Dustin. I can tell you right now, man, like for the past, I don't know,
Facts, man.
it's been like what 4 years since WFF and OTR. Like the amount of fades, man, the amount of like tears I have cried in y'all's fades, man. That shit is so fun. Like I tell people, I love judging because I'm like, yo, this shit is like, I take it serious because I'm like, man. I feel like if this is an actual wrestling match, this is some shit that like people would do, and man, they're just hella dope, man. They're hella dope.
Yo, Vishay, man, if you
I appreciate that, man.
Before I run through the AEW Originals, man, and then get y'all for that, do you got a top 10 for the women?
So I went back and listened to your because I watched it on YouTube. The only person I would move up would probably be Big Swole. Just of how she's developing, right? Like how she's developing. And one of the things I've been doing is I've been going back and really paying attention to how Jim Ross is calling a lot of the women's matches. Because, a lot of women's matches have botches, but listening to how he's responding, even like before the empty arenas, how he's responding to what they're doing. And he's seeing them like work in the ring. So I'm like, and I even listened to her on Isaiah Swerve's podcast, and like she's got a lot of potential. Like if she keeps going, I think she'll get the recognition that Naomi should have gotten in regards to being a strong, prominent, athletic black woman wrestler. But I think it'll be for more, the more full-fledged like worker wrestlers. So I think, I'm honestly not mad at your list at all. Like I said, Nyla Rose, I mean, from her previous experience and even just with the gender thing, she is going to be able to adapt more to how it is to work with a guy versus a girl. So I'm not really mad at it. I looked, I was like, man, his list really ain't that bad. I just put Big Swole a little bit higher, but. And real quick. So your AEW top like new 10 doesn't count TNA champions, because if it does, I've got to change my list. But I'll just go back and forth.
Let me do my 10 and then I'll get y'all 10 so that y'all kind of see like where I'm coming from with it.
All
right. So let's see here. Oh shit! Hold up, we got one more, man. Joe want to get it here, but before I even get the original,
real quick, Joe was. I might call. I mean, I don't know what to call him. I might have to call him the first because he's with all the smoke, man.
Joe's always everything. Joe cracked me up, man, because Joe always get a phone call, and depending on what it is, he's like, "Yo, I can't talk. I'm on the game show." Yo, I'm on a video right now. They're like, Joe do it. Like Joe used to get his clout up and everything to pull rank on it. Come on, man, I'm on the show right now. I can't. I was like, damn, Joe. Hold up, Joe. I got you, Joe. Give me 1 second, bro. I'm gonna send you the link right now, man.
Hey, if any of y'all been catching the was the Chris Van Vliet interviews that he's been doing recently with a couple people? He did one with
Oh yeah,
Jordan Grace, man. Jordan Grace is like she can put in work. Like I appreciate her talking about how she's like, yeah, I'm kind of done on the intergender wrestling because I was getting fucked up way too much. Like just way. Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember, like, she went against Cage, so she's kind of a stocky built chick, but at the same time, like, you're getting apron powerbombed from Cage, like that's gonna hurt anybody. But you know, he's gonna put a little more force because she's bigger than most of the other girls. So she was. I mean, it's definitely a good one. It wasn't him in particular, but like the more you hear her stories, you're like, yeah, she's definitely she has a valid point.
Yeah, man. I thought Joe was about to get up in here. I just sent a link, so see if we get up in here real quick. I'm gonna send this link. I'm about to post a link on my personal page, get some more people up in here, some viewers.
Oh yeah.
Second, real quick. Man, bro, I've been coming to the stage. Represent Brooklyn. I don't know which barrel you from, Joe. What's good, Joe, bro?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What's good, Joe?
What's good, my guys? What's good?
Man, yo, Joe, before I get into the originals, man, before I get into the rules, man, get y'all lists ready too, man. But who you got for your top 10 women, man?
I'll give you my top 3. Now, I like your list. Don't get me wrong. I like your list. I like your list. But for me personally, you had number 1 correct. Britt Baker. See, but the thing with Britt Baker, like, I like her a lot, bro.
You start showing that, Britt.
Her ring work sometimes, bro, is like you can't hide that. I know y'all seen those, like, bro, she be botching during high spots of the match. You got to keep that in account too. Her promo game, A1. I love her promos, bro. But like the botching, like her and Penelope Ford, bro. Penelope Ford forgot the spot, and it just made the whole thing just look bad, bro. And then her leg injury, unfortunately, like I was really looking forward to that Statlander match versus Britt Baker.
Yeah,
they come.
Yeah, I was too.
At number 2, I got Statlander, bro. I'm digging the whole alien thing, but I watch BTE, so there's her character shows more in BTE too. Like when she be backstage poking everybody.
Yeah.
And then her thing with her and Orange Cassidy that she got going on.
Hey, that stuff's hilarious, man.
All right. You know, I totally forgot about her skits in BTE, which is weird because that's what made me bump Big Swole up when I recalled her shit in BTE, you know?
Yeah. But see, the thing with Big Swole, she don't really get too much TV time. Like, I got to see more from her before I put her higher on the list than me. Like, I like her ring work, but I got to see more of her.
Yeah, I can dig that. So yo, I'm about to give the top 10 for originals, and then I want to get y'all top 10 or whatnot. So just like my thought, like,
all right,
I left a bunch of people off this because I got them for the next one, which is the ring generals, basically the people who've been champion other places and somewhat like at least known, like I'm at least familiar with. Like that's what I mean when I say like ring general. Like it might be different for some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't too savvy on Lucha Underground. I've seen like maybe the first 2 seasons, so I was familiar with Brian Cage, and even TNA I was familiar with him, so I didn't keep him on this list. I didn't put one person who didn't make the list, but I didn't have them on any of my lists. was Angelico. I didn't know he did the lucha stuff. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Oh wow.
going over it. Yeah, I was kind of. Yeah,
Man, so real quick,
I forgot
and
about it, you know?
Angelico, Jack Evans, and Teddy Hart used to put in crazy work in AAA. Like Angelico's underneath that little umbrella of guys that really put AAA on the map for a lot of like gringos during that like mid
Yeah.
2000s, early 2010s. Like it, yeah. I mean, I can see why you didn't. But I'm like, I'd probably put in the top 15. I would like in the top 15 if we had a 15 list.
I love him. I love him as a tag. As a tag, I love his tag team. Like I think he does. I think they both complement each other super well.
Jack Evans
But
is probably
this
most
yeah.
complete. I don't know who's on the list, but I would say Jack Evans is probably one of the most complete tag team guys. Like Jack has great solo matches. When it comes to tag team, like I mean, everyone I've seen him work with, John Morrison, PJ Black, Angelico, Teddy Hart. I'm sure. I think he's worked with Pac. Like he's worked with a lot of people, and where he really fits in is tag team. Like he can do his own stuff, but he just does so good being the like small dude talking shit.
I ain't gonna lie. I just seen this promo last week, and that changed my whole perspective on him. I ain't even gonna lie. That's crazy. That's how powerful the promo is. That's why you need to have a good promo, man. Because sometimes you might be offset by someone's appearance or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was the neon colors or what it was. Not them being able to talk as much, and they were just going out there and wrestling. You know,
right?
This really wasn't really. I didn't really get their character, like who they were.
Right.
The promo they just cut last week was so damn good. I almost put them on my list. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, I can't put them on my list just because I like one promo. You know what I'm saying? But like, it started to change my.
Yeah, I would put Jack in my top 15 simply because when it comes to like high flyer dudes, I mean, RP Eddie, we put Eddie, Ray, all those guys, but Teddy Hart, Amazing Red, Jack Evans. Jack Evans is the reason why Ricochet does the 630. Like Jack Evans was doing that forever in ROH and even early indies. Like he and Teddy Hart really changed the games. Like a lot of guys weren't using lung blowers until Teddy started popping that out in AAA. Like Teddy was doing the powerbomb lung blowers. Teddy was doing the corkscrew moonsaults in the knee. Like for all the BS he's went through, Teddy really helped innovate that. Like here's a middleweight guy who has a lot of good luchador style, who's really technical, but can like the high spot guy. You know what I'm saying? Like they were putting in work.
Black sheet of the Hart family, man. That is the blackest Hart family. Hey, like Teddy Hart, I don't know if y'all know, but him and CM Punk ran the fade back in the day, man. And
yeah, man.
They said Teddy won. They said it was a good fight, but Teddy got that from what I heard. You know,
yo, Teddy be on one, man. Like I really like he was doing really good in MLW with the Hart Foundation. That theme music, probably one of the probably my top 5 theme music of the past like 2 years. Fire theme.
I sent you a link, Press. I already sent you a link, bro.
Man, he was doing good, and then all that extra shit was just too much. And unfortunately, he's got that dark cloud around him that I'm not sure if he can ever shake that, man. I'm not sure if he can ever really shake that.
Shit. Man, I was trying to get Frost's opinion too on the top 10. I only got left for 3 females on the roster. Cold-blooded. Hold up. Who's...
My bad. I had cold surge for a second. My bad.
Hey. Hey, Dre, real quick, when we do the countdown, do you want to do everybody give their 10 and then everybody give their 9, or are you going to give yours the whole way through and then we do it after? How are we doing that?
How y'all want to do it?
I say we each just give our number 10. Like, just pick a number, pick your 10.
Yeah.
Look,
Boy, Trey was thinking about it, boy.
Like, all right, who's number 10?
Everybody, I don't have all the answers here.
Yeah, who's
All
number 10 for everybody?
I got you.
Number 10. Who y'all got? Before I even show mine, who y'all got?
Lucha Source.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, just one thing before y'all give your 10. Anyone who's bunched together, they count together.
Nah, you can't do that though, cause bro, I got Jungle Boy high on my list, bro.
That's what I mean. I'm like,
facts.
I can't. Certain people you can bunch together, bro.
All right.
People
Hey,
you
that's
can't.
your top 10. That's your top 10. But I want y'all to keep in mind that that's how I did put into consideration of mine.
Because I was gonna say, I've got Scorpio Sky in my top 10.
But
I don't have.
Facts. That's what I'm saying. There's a couple wrestlers I have. That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. But all right, I did the opposite. I bunched them like that, and it kind of hit.
You just got an asterisk. Yeah.
All right. What y'all got?
I have for number 10. Just because he's new, I really like him. But this is a really stacked roster, and this was really hard because I think every other promotion does this too, but there's just so many things that they bring different to the table. I have Lance Archer as 10.
Ooh, that's who
my 10 spot is.
Yep.
I like.
And
you got.
my
okay.
Bad, Justin. Go ahead. No, you good. My bad.
No. I was. Go ahead. I like that.
Yeah,
so what made y'all place Lucha or Dre? Who's your 10?
Number 10 for me is the Butcher and the Blade. The Butcher and the Blade. Like, again, that's because I bunched people, so a couple people were able to make the list.
Yeah.
You know? But the Butcher and the Blade for me, like them with the Bunny right now, they haven't done much. They got a good look for like solid tag team, like especially on a roster that a lot of the people are
with the Cody.
Some weight on the roster, and then they look the part of a heel where a lot of people we kind of don't know if they're good guy or bad guy. Like they definitely fit heel, you know, like they play their role well, you know. They just
gangs of New York shit, yeah.
That monocle cracked me up, bro. The monocle when he be whipping up the monocle.
That monocle's hilarious.
But just like what they do,
everything,
it's just like starting to be like, all right, this is what we need more. We need more than just you coming down there. But again, when I start to think about them, like they have been doing little henchmen work for MJF and stuff like that. So they don't just have matches, you know, like they're involved in storylines and stuff like that. So I got them at number 2.
No, that's a good placement. I would like to see them have their own something to carry their story forward. You know what I mean? Instead of helping somebody else's story being used, I want to see him. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, right now they're Threshold Guardians. What that means,
facts.
As a comic book writer, like, in the story, you know, obviously you got a beginning, middle, ending. The hero. The main villain always got like 3 obstacles the person got to overcome, you know what I mean? And like they're basically like the obstacle number 1, you know, like that first obstacle is easy, then the second one it gets a little bit harder. You might have took a little bit of a loss, but you learn from it, and then you come back and you know you're ready for the final battle type thing. You know, like their role right now is a minor role, but definitely they could expand. Who y'all got for number 9?
Private Party.
Yeah.
Okay.
You disrespect the Lucha Source and Private Party.
No, it's not disrespect, bro. Because as my list goes on, you're gonna understand why.
I got you. You know what? Because I think you're not gonna have nobody left for your general list, bro. I don't think you're gonna have nobody left for your in-ring general list. Because but go. Who you got for 9, Joe?
Private Party.
Private Party. I can't believe this.
All right, so for me, I've actually got
what the fuck,
I've
Joe?
got Brody Lane, just because the stuff that he did in WWE was pretty much as part of the Wyatt family, and he didn't get enough credit. So I believe this time he'll really be able to be an up and coming star. Because I really feel like he's been kind of holding back, even like the past 2 years of WWE. Of like, I'm not really going to get anywhere as a singles. So all of my single work and my promo stuff, I'm just going to go ahead and wait until I can get out of here. So now I can really shine. And, you know, again, from his PWG days and stuff like that, you know, he's got a lot of that good indie work. He's worked with a lot of these guys, but now he's able to really create a character that's his own. And I think that says a lot for guys who are in the machine of WWE who are told, hey, you've got to make this character work and it's not organic. Now that he has a chance to maybe start making it organic, I've got him at and again, it depends on who he's going to be working with in the future too. Because I feel like he's one of those guys that, like a break, you kind of got to get him in for the long haul. Like for me, if he has a good solid feud, at least, you know, a month, 8 weeks, he can really develop some good matches. So I got him as my number 9.
All right, Dustin, who you got for number 9, bro?
All right, number 9. I guess I would fit it maybe Private Party, but I have specifically Mark Quinn. I have specifically him as number 9. I think he's one of the most. If we were doing an athletic list, he's landing top 3, top 2.
Facts.
But I'll group them in. I'll group Private Party all in 9. But I think he definitely deserves a spot. I could see him, like, I love Private Party. I love what they're doing. I love their little shtick. But like he's one of the tag teams in AEW where I would like to see him maybe have like a little singles run down the road. Maybe if not for a world champion title anytime soon, you know what I mean? I would like to see him, you know what I mean? Him and Cody do like a, you know, he's having that open TNT title invitational going on. I would like to see him as one of those participants somewhere down the road. So I put him as number 9.
For number 9, I got Kip Sabian.
Kip Sabian.
That's a good one.
I'm not really too familiar with Kip Sabian, so I don't know if he came from somewhere else. And that's like what I base like a lot of my criteria on. These people, even if they weren't the biggest star, like there's a couple people they weren't the world champion. Like now that I think about it, that I said earlier, I was like, oh, they got to be like the top dog to not really be on the list. But there are people that I do have on the veteran list that I didn't put on this list. But with Kip Sabian, I don't know if he came from Lucha or Impact or anything like that. But from what I've seen, it's kind of like I feel like he's low. He's low on the list, but they've been really doing everything to like really up his game as of recently. He's been having some good one-on-one outings. I believe he had a good match with Omega. He had a good match with Cody Rhodes. He's been doing some good work with Jimmy Havoc. They did a tag team match against SCU, and that was pretty good as well. So, I definitely see like the potential. He's very young, you know what I'm saying? And like a lot of very young people on that roster, it's like sky's the limit type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like what I will say for him,
and
is
it's still,
he has a good look with the girl that he got. You know what I'm saying? They complement each other really well. The little super bad thing kind of reminds me of the movie Super Bad. It really does. Like, but I don't know. He got like, I see he got like a look that could appeal to like a younger audience, kind of like with the Jungle Boy, and the same thing. Like this could be like the little like heartthrob for like the little young females and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And like could bring in like that different audience that might not be like the freaking hardcore wrestling demographic, but like that casual. You know what I'm saying? Just like how guys out tune in because we want to see little females, them little females that be thirsty like for the little boy band niggas. He look like a little boy band person. You know what I'm saying? So like I could see him appealing to a demographic audience. You know what I'm saying? So. And he could talk all right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know what it is he needs to work on. I just think everybody else above him on this list is either is just doing more right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who you got for number 8?
Yeah, that's what I was about. Yeah.
So actually, to keep it in order so we ain't talking over each other, Joe, who you got for number 8?
Sir Jimmy Havoc. Gonna have Sir Jimmy Havoc for number 8. Hardcore, very
Sir Jimmy.
well-known hardcore wrestler. He's technical too. That's what I like about him. They starting to let it show, and he just got like such a crusty fighting style. Like I enjoy it. Like when he be getting, like I was watching this week, he tried to saw Hangman Adam Page, bro. I don't think I've seen that like on like big screen TV, like with wrestling. My man had a hacksaw and tried to saw him, bro. That was different.
Yeah, but who you got for let's see here, number 8?
All right, so I'm gonna get a little, not quite controversial, but I've got Shawn Spears as number 8. I feel like he hasn't fully gotten that like full throttle ahead of where he needs to go, but I really do think not only does he have a chip on his shoulder, but working with a lot of, even working against Arn Anderson, he's gonna learn some things to really get into that good heel mentality. And he really can work. And I think that's another thing too, is just, I feel like sometimes we talk about good workers, we talk about things that are like, oh, well, they gotta, be fully, he's like, if you really think about Owen Hart was one of the things that people loved about him was how good of a worker he was. Same with Brian Pillman. They worked really well. They could really help tell a story in just the movements. And I think he has the upside to get to that. So I've got him as my number 8 for based on potential.
All right, yo, Dustin, who you got for your number 8?
Good placement. Number 8. This is where I put Lucha Source at. If y'all remember in the beginning of it, when when Dynamite first debuted, he had a huge buzz. Coming out.
Facts.
He has the size. He has the athletic ability. I think things sort of got, you know what I mean, with the pandemic and everything, and other storylines sort of taking the forefront. I think this is the only reason he's higher on the list. If we would have done this, say January, you know what I mean, like maybe top of the year, he would be a little bit lower. But I think he has great potential. I think he has star power. And he's one of the people I'm interested in seeing going forward and seeing where he lands amongst the greats. You know, I mean, we've yet to see him up against a Cody or, you know, I mean, somebody really an Omega or somebody really established. But I think 8 is a good spot for him right now.
Man, my 8, I know a lot of people, it's going to be controversial. I know a lot of people do not like this team. A lot of the like famous wrestling people who cover professional wrestling, they shit on these people every chance they get. It's because of their appearance, man. That's the Dark Order, but man,
the Dark Order.
I fuck with the Dark Order, and let me tell you something.
I'm not really that mad at it though.
The Dark Order has some of the best promos in all AEW and pro wrestling, bro. And I'm talking about before they got Brody Lee, bro. I actually like their promos before Brody Lee, without Brody Lee, like, bro. Before the Exalted One was confirmed, bro, all that shit, like, we'd be watching the wrestling, and then their promo would come on, and you would legit think it went to the commercial at first. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, all right, this is a commercial.
Oh, yeah, or it would glitch. Yeah, that's fire.
It's like, wow, this is still wrestling. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, it'll really get you, bro. They have some of the best concepts and promos, bro. And when I watch them wrestling, like, one thing I'm really big on, like, it's not the same now because, like growing up, like, I always been into wrestling, always wrestled, got a huge family, so we had our own wrestling, backyard wrestling. We wrestled on the grass, we wrestled on trampolines, U-Haul trucks, like, everything, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, bro, no lie, growing up, like, I damn near, like, I'm the small dude, so I was like the person getting put in all the power moves and shit like that. Like everybody else is like 6 foot and everything, so I'm the one getting tossed around and shit. But I do all the back flips, the front flips, all the kicks and shit, all the karate shit, you know. And so like I felt like, damn, I know damn near every move almost, you know, to a certain point, you know. So when I see shit like I've never done or none of my homies in the backyard ever did, it's like, whoa, that nigga's fire. You know what I'm saying? And I've watched the Dark Order do like several things. I'm like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Yo, that was fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The only knock on them is that they look like just your average Joe. They look like the guy who doesn't go to the gym ever. They look like the guy who plays League of Legends all day, even though I'm the guy who plays.
One of them looks like that. Stu Grayson is buff, bro.
I just can't game the way, but yeah, freaking yeah, that's why they be getting discriminated by Jim Cornette said it the funniest. I see evil Udo without his basketball back. I thought he was guys selling popcorn. You know, it's just like they look like your average Joe, but man, they could go. They could go. Their promos is on point. Their wrestling's on point. The only thing that they really need is hopefully AEW doesn't turn on them because a couple of popular people who do podcasts turn on them. Because I kind of seen that happen. Because at the end of the year, they ended the last show of the year very strong, beating the Elite and everything. And right after that happened, Jim Cornette and a bunch of these other people went in, tried about it, and then it's like that whole push disappeared. You know what I'm saying? They got back a lot. Then the focus was pretty much on Brody. Then the whole Corona thing, so they've been stuck in their country, so they've been missing airtime. So it's a lot of things like hurting them. But I still put them above the Butcher and the Blade and Kip Saban just off of the promos and the in-ring, you know?
Right.
We got for number 6, though. This time I'm gonna switch it up, Joe. Not Joe. So I'm gonna switch it up. Deshay, who you got for number 7?
All right, this might be a little controversial, but I'll explain why as I keep going. I changed it up after I heard you explain it. I've got Orange Cassidy as number 7. The main reason why I have Orange Cassidy number 7 is because we talk about wrestling being diverse and having gimmicks and stuff like that, and gimmicks getting over. It's like, okay, Andre, you write comics. You know how you've got to have that one scene that doesn't have any like word pains, but it's so dynamic it catches you. And we see it all the time in anime. Like if an anime character has like an entrance, or if they're just like he's like Shino almost. Like he's there, he's good, but you don't know how good. And so everyone really wants to see how good he is. But in the meantime, his character is just so outrageous. You're like, yo, that shit's funny. And I'll never forget when he was in the ring with Pac and he did the shin kicks, hearing Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross laugh and have a good time calling that match really solidified a lot of what we know as a good wrestler. But that let me know that not only does Jim Ross get it and Tony Schiavone get it, they're enjoying what he's bringing to the table as a wrestler. He's got a gimmick. He owns it. He doesn't say much. He does some weird shit, but he can also go in the ring. And you're not quite sure when he's going to do which of the two. So that's, to me, what keeps me invested.
All right, yo, hold up real quick. All right, my bad, y'all, man. This thing, I am not still getting used to the StreamYard shit. Man, I didn't know because this is the first time I had this many people in here. I didn't even know Seth Rollins was in the fucking.
Jesus Christ, Chief. Jesus Christ.
Man.
He mad. His mic all the way turned down. So.
Yeah, turn his mic up, dog. Turn that mic up, dog.
We got the motherfucking God of the man. Mr. Relax himself, man. What's good with it, man? My fault, man.
Can you hear me? Oh, you can. Oh, you can.
Hey.
Turn my mic up. I was sitting down here for like 5 to 8. This ain't my show. This ain't my show. I picked the mic up. I picked the mic up. The audacity. No, I'm skipping everything. The chutzpah for you to. Top Shelf TV, like, share, subscribe. This ain't my show. Like you were saying, I think it was on Vache. You number 7. This motherfucker.
Well, you might as well give your number 7 the camera on your face right now.
Oh, I get to pick. This is crazy. I was backstage so long. Yo, longer than a Raw segment. Yo, I didn't even. Yo, wow. Number 7.
Hold up,
First of all.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Run down your top.
Wow. Now that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Hold on. That is wow.
Hey, yo, how you got Justin's face covered with your logo, dog? That's why I'm disrespectful.
We need to recap, man. My fault, man. I didn't see it. We need to recap, man. Real quick, man. What's your top? Do you got a top 10 women AEW?
Top 10 women?
Yeah.
I just got on here and this is my first relax. Relax. A top one. He didn't even say top 5.
Yep.
Oh, yo. Wow. You're right. This is not my show. Top 10.
Wow.
Dude, take one from my book. Give him your top 3.
Yo, Dre is the best host ever. That was hilarious.
Joe only had 3, man.
Oh my God, 3. All right, who in there? Hold on, let's do this. We got who's the women's champ? Why are you laughing? Let's talk about this. Sit up, host. Sit up. I'm talking to you. So who's the AEW women's champion right now?
Cheetah,
Rijo. Yo, I'm guessing. Britt Baker. You can put her in front of. Oh no, that's right, Britt Baker. What's the other one? Swole. We got Swole. Swole, nice. I saw her at the indie scene. She was decent. Swole. And then a whole bunch of vacant. What do you want from me? What do you have me? Y'all saying wow. Like we don't be watching the same damn product. Who are you kidding me? I'm disrespect. Wow, I'm the bad guy. You're the host. Oh, you're the you know. I'm sorry. Relax. Sorry.
Man. You gotta respect the ladies, man. They trying, man.
I do. What do you mean?
Man, you're the one who be over here mingling on emails, bruh. How you be hugged up with them and then you gonna come over and only list 4 of them? You already took pictures with like 20 of them.
Because he's a man of honor.
I never see this shit.
Listen,
like,
hello.
Hey,
listen.
So Press, we doing AEW Rising Stars, AEW Original. I ain't counting established talent like Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, Cody. You know what I'm saying? A couple people like Brian Cage, etc. We only talking the young people who you ain't really know until AEW really got put on. Who's your 10? 9?
I knew everybody. You know how much wrestling I watch?
I know, man. You must be fucking man. For the people who aren't,
but it's still hard for me though. Because did y'all count Brody Lee?
I counted Brody Lee. Yeah.
Did y'all count?
That's what you consider. What do you consider? Your top 10 AEW Rising Stars. AEW Originals.
Originals? That's crazy. What's the guy named? Kip Sabian.
So that's number 10.
Number 10, yeah, because I can't count Brody Lee. I probably won't count. I won't even count Archer. To tell you the truth.
I didn't count Archer either on mine, but they did as well. So it's
I said Kip Sabian because he's a little newer to me. His promo is all right. His work in ring is really good. It's really good.
Yo, bro. You say he's annoying to me. I'm dead.
What? Who?
No, you say he number 10 because he's annoying to you. Happy weakness.
No, he not annoying. I said his promo is okay. I don't think it's like crazy, but I think he's good. I can see him on the rise. Kip Sabian, damn. Son of Havoc, that's his name.
Jimmy Havoc.
Jimmy Havoc, yeah, that guy. Even though I knew more of his work outside, but him in AEW, I like his character. I wish he was on TV a little bit more. I know he in a little tag team thing, but
right.
Him bringing that hardcore feel. I hope he gets a chance at Cody and like bring that hardcore feel to the TNT title, like bring it to a different level, bring more importance to it.
Bring the stapler gun back.
Yeah, because he got that original ECW feel, man. Every time.
I'm grouping mine. You know, they're doing individual as well. You know what I'm saying? You just put the group as 10 and 9, but who you got as number 8?
8? What's that? Maybe Private Party.
Damn,
at 8 though, that might be a little too high.
See, Fresh agree with me, bro. Me and Fresh got an almost identical list right now, bro. Fresh knows.
Yeah, Private Party. So that's 8, 7. Damn, that's a lot of numbers. But because I knew so many of these wrestlers though.
Right, that was the hard part for me.
I'm not talking about
that's why
even though I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but I'm trying to separate like I did for Jimmy Havoc. I know more about him. From what I know, he should be higher up on the list. But I'm still taking what I grasp from AEW. With AEW, I want more of him on TV. Like that's where I'm at. That's why he's like number 8. What other tag teams? I hate to agree. You made a great point. Dark Order. You made a great point. They little promos was excellent because I did get the same feel. I was like, "What is this commercial? Am I high? Like, am I lit? Is glitching and whatnot?" It got me. They did get me. So that's 7, right?
All right, so that's 7. That's where we're stopping for y'all. So far, who all said this? We have Vishay with Orange Cassidy, Surfras with Dark Order at number 7. We're gonna go to Dustin. Dustin, who you got for number 7?
Number 7, I got Darby Allin. I like what he's been doing. Hey, the list is stacked. I really liked his body. This is before Dynamite, but I really liked the Darby Allin, the body bag match that he had with, or I don't know if it was. I know there was a body bag there. I don't think it was a body bag match, but when he brought the body bag out for Cody, I really enjoyed that. I really liked his match with Moxley earlier in the year. When he came down, what made me a fan of Darby is when he came down the ramp during the chaos on the skateboard. Bro, that's one of the last times I've laughed at wrestling for a long time. That and not like in a bad way, like in a good way. Like I thought that shit was super fucking funny.
That was the most gangster shit ever, son. He was cruising down that ramp like it's nobody's business. That shit was hilarious.
Well, it was just funny because like there was chaos in the ring. It was the Elite, it was the Inner Circle, and you know it's always like, you know what I mean. Like when it's all like in wrestling, it's a sort of like a trope. You know what I mean? Where everybody's getting mayhem in the ring, and then you hear somebody's music hit, and they just run super fast to the ring and get their heat. But this motherfucker just jumped on the skateboard and was fucking Tony Hawking it all the way down, and the shit had me dead, bro. That shit was so fucking. funny. But I would like to see more from him, though. I would like to see. I know he had a good program. You know, he's had a good program with Cody. Who was the last feud he had where he called him out? I can't remember what his last feud was, but I want to see who.
No,
it was Jericho his last feud. Like,
no, Moxley made that challenge and he was the one who answered it. But other than that, him and Sammy,
and he's the one that answered it. But before he was cutting,
had a good little.
And him and Sammy had a fucking super good match on not the last pay-per-view, but the pay-per-view before it. It was super fucking good.
Facts.
So yeah, that's what I got. Darby Allin a 7, and I like the coffin drop. I also like the coffin drop.
Joe, we got number 7, Joe.
I got the Dork Order at number 7.
The Dork Order.
I appreciate them, bro, because you remember when they had that thing when the guy was stomping him out and he was missing the kicks?
Yeah.
I like the fact that instead of, you know how WWE, they try to act like it didn't happen? I like the fact that the Dark Order took it. Was like, yo, who is this guy? Kicked him. And they jumped him. I enjoyed that so much, bro, because it shows they pay attention to the little details. It's like, all right, we messed up with the punching and the kick, so now we're just going to beat this guy up to show our power. And I appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the whole promos was like, with Evil Uno when he got mad, and he was like, "Heads is gonna roll." Like, yo, bro, I felt that promo, bro. That was such a great promo to me. But yeah, for number 7, I got the Dork Order.
Dark Order, all right, man. Number 7, man. I'm surprised someone else had the same one as me, man. Because I ain't changed my list at all since I got on here. I had Orange Cassidy number 7. And the reason I got Orange Cassidy number 7 is I just don't see, like with everybody else, like, I just see they have, I don't want to say more potential. It's kind of fucked up thing to say, but it's just like, I just feel like their character has like a wider range. You know what I'm saying? Like with Orange Cassidy, I don't know, man. It's really hard to say. Like, he got more swag than anybody. It's just like, it's only so long that's gonna really play a factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see Orange Cassidy becoming a world champion, bro. Like, the way his character set up is not set up to ever be the world champion. You know what I'm saying? It's not set up to really ever even really be the TNA television champion, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're one of those characters, like, one of those characters you like growing up, but they were never that person. If anything, you might get the mid title. You might be like a Razor Ramon, like, but yeah, you're not the face of the company. You're not the. But then at the same time, he is a Halloween costume, man. People are actually dressing up as Orange Cassidy for Halloween and Comic Cons and shit like that. Well, not Comic Cons because that boat sailed, but man, I just don't. I think everybody else higher up on this list got more potential in some way. He doesn't say nothing hardly to begin with, so everybody else already talk better than him, and then he doesn't really, like, he has his moments in the match where he might break out a couple of things, but for the most part, he's not putting on the matches other people put on. His matches are entertaining for comic relief and other things, but it's just not the same as that hard-hitting action you want to see, like a serious contested bout. You know what I'm saying?
No, I definitely can see that. I had him at 7 just because I had to change up my list a little bit. But I will say I went back and watched, like, right when the network first came out, I went back and watched, like, some of the early days, like, Madison Square Garden matches that they had up there. When I tell you that they had, like, matches where the dude was literally, for the most part, kind of doing what Orange Cassidy was doing, like, just walking around, setting the pace and setting the mood, and like they would do a headlock, and then all of a sudden they'd like go through and start doing like maybe 30 seconds worth of like intense wrestling, and then they'll just slow it down. I feel like he hasn't hit that mark yet where he's just gonna go and then slow down. But to me, he fits at number 7 because he does slow the pace down a little bit. I mean, and there especially with my top, especially with my like 4, actually 2 and 3. He slows the pace down because I have a tag team up there. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at you at all for having it at 7.
Like I like some of his skits. I like all the little extra stuff he does or whatnot. But at the same time, as a wrestling fan, for someone who always have to defend wrestling and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? He's that person who you don't want your friends or family who don't watch
right
wrestling.
there. That's why I gotta stop you, bro.
They're
Because
like, yo, man, they're like, see, this is fake as
Dang,
fuck.
talk your shit, Joe. Talk your shit.
Stop you, bro. Because I introduced my friend to AEW, and he watched Orange Cassidy's match, bro. My friend stopped watching wrestling because he didn't like WWE. He like, yo, I like that 90s.
Turn that mic up,
bro.
I'm not gonna lie. Turn that mic up.
When he started going in the match, my nigga was like, yo, this nigga swaggy, bro. Who is this nigga?
That is true. That is
He's whooping niggas' asses with his hands in his pocket.
Yo, with his hands in his
Talk your
pocket.
shit,
Yo,
Joe.
for outside
Talk your shit, Joe.
That is entertaining, bro. That's they going back. Especially if you're an older fan, some of the stuff they see and they go back and see that, they be like, oh, they got like real believable characters in a way.
Right.
Like he sells his character very, very well. So I have cousins that always downplay WWE and shit, but when soon they saw a clip, they saw the clip of Orange Cassidy jumping out the ring with his hands in his pocket, and he went in the ring and the ref put his shades on, and it was like, oh, this is what they doing now. This is what
yeah.
Yo, that's why you might as well click on me because
man, y'all disrespecting OC,
my
bro.
number 6 pick outside of the top 5 is Orange Cassidy. Because I believe he's going to be the TV champion. If this COVID thing didn't happen, if you pay attention, he is more over than half of the people we got on this top 10 list. Anybody.
Talk your shit.
What are you talking about? That is a major factor. And then hold on. The build up, if this COVID didn't happen, they could have extended the build up to him having a match. They could have pushed it even further. I think the buildup of him, when we saw him like really wrestling because he's so laid back, that brought a different energy off rip. You got the crowd fucked up. Like, wait, he was just hands in his pocket, shades on. Now he's doing Insta-Garies and whatnot.
I was gonna say real quick, the thing that really is his upside, and we got to be honest, he's making a gimmick that we know good damn well WWE has tried to get over numerous times. The randomly goofy shenanigans.
Millions of times. But
he makes it, he's made it his own for a hot minute too. In PWG, he's made it his own for a hot minute. And it works because of whoever he's on the opposite side of the ring with plays into it, right? Because that's another thing about gimmicks. It's not only, to me, especially nowadays, it's not only just how you embrace your gimmick, but how does your gimmick match up to different opponents? And again, with Pac, like we know Pac is the bastard. So for Pac to then go literally stoop to raise to his level and do shin kicks and be like, man, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that. It showed a level of, oh man, all right, cool. Even Pac's into it. And if your opponent is into it, it really helps play that.
You got JR. JR is invested.
Or whatever the dude's name is, the little dick flip shit. Like, doesn't make it fucking acceptable, bro. Like it's always so fucking
invested. Have you seen him call an average AEW?
Andre Cornette. Andre Cornette.
I got him. My G, what are you talking about? I'm just saying.
It's real to me, damn it.
What he does. I just like it's already at like that's the best it can get. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not because, bro, the thing you're missing.
We haven't seen him.
You haven't seen him go crazy. Like, yo, bro, I've seen matches.
Hey, y'all just remember this. Y'all remember this later.
Bro, I've seen matches from his indie when he's in the indies, bro.
It's saved on Top Shelf TV.
I'm not about to blow guess that I think the other people on this list remember this list. I think everybody about them name after Orange Cassidy got more potential being a bigger star. Right now, he's more over. then probably looking at this list, maybe everyone above him on my list, popularity-wise. When I'm looking at the big picture, like, man, this person could be the face of the company. This person could be a world champion.
He
This
has
person
people dressing up as him.
could be that person putting on match of the year and all that stuff like that. I have these other people higher than him.
A big part of the wrestling business, I know, if they see you being able to be marketing in the kid area, he has babies, he has kids dressed up as him on a regular day. I'm not talking about a cosplay thing. No, a regular day. Halloween didn't even come. They dressing up as Orange Cassidy. They're locked in, COVID up, protected, dressed up as Orange Cassidy. You know what's saving them? They're putting their hands. They're putting their hands. Hold on. They're putting their hands in their pockets.
Talk your shit.
And like, Dad, I could beat Corona. Why? Because Orange Cassidy showed me my swag is too high for this.
I will say this. You made a valid point, Andre. And again, he's on my list, and I know he's going to go higher because you're right. He hasn't said anything. So now you have that factor of when he does say something, everyone's going to be glued in. Because like,
Orange
Cassidy talked. What'd he say? Nothing. He just said like 2 words. But it was fire. It was like, that's the thing. He can literally build his character like it's open. It's like a big ass tub of Legos. He can build his shit any way he wants to. He can keep the same foundation, but he can go. Now, I have him at 7 because I have who I have at number 6, but they're almost interchangeable. But I think my 6 has a slight upside just from where he's building within this faction. But
who's your 6?
My 6 is Sammy Guevara. I've got Sammy just because of
I've
got him. I've seen him in Lucha. I saw the stuff that he was doing. I saw what he was doing, even in MLW briefly, and a bunch of other things that he's done. And he's got that again. He's from that build of Jack Evans. He's a smaller dude. He's very athletic, but he's starting to build. I mean, dude, he's one of the memes of 2020. Like, he is one of the memes of 2020.
Yeah,
he's got good in-ring ability. So that's why I got him at 6.
Who you got for number 6?
Got a hot take for the night.
Number 6, I also have Sammy Guevara. I love his in-ring. I love his humor. I like the little shtick he has with Jericho. I like the interactions he has, whether or not he's not like him just being in the ring staring at Mike Tyson scared shitless when he had no business. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even him, but he was still entertaining. I like his moveset. And I like what I don't think. I mean, I think it might get talked about a little bit, but he's taken a lot of big bumps. You know what I mean? Like, he's taken a lot of big bumps, and he sells the Crossroads the best. He sells the Crossroads the best. He sells the fucking Twist of Fate the best in the business. He just jumped off 40 feet off a stadium. Off a fucking one week angel. It's almost a shame I'm putting him at 6, but this is so stacked, and there's so much criteria with WWE. You know what I mean? With AEW, you know what I mean? They all bring something more than the other, and that's what I think's been missing in WWE. Instead of everybody. Or in WWE, I don't like just putting them, but in wrestling in general, it's like everybody's bringing the same thing. So it's like a scale of like, okay, who's better than who? But with AEW, one person specializes in one thing, another person specializes in another. So now instead of saying like, oh, he goes out there and performs good matches, now you have to take in like y'all been talking about this whole time, promos, charisma, marketability. All this is going at once, and it's still young. So for that, I'm giving him number 6.
Man,
and it shames me, but I'm giving him 6.
I could switch Orange Cassidy with my number 6, but yeah, I ain't gonna switch up. But y'all did bring up some good things. Honestly, after Surfrost made one point in regard to Orange Cassidy that I didn't take into consideration that I did for someone way higher on my list. and now it really makes me rethink my list. But I'm just gonna stick with what I got. So fuck it. Good one with that call out though, Surface, with the kids dressing up like Orange Cassidy.
A lot of people not doing that nowadays, even in WWE. Like, let's be real.
I got
like,
Orange
you gotta
Cassidy
think about it. This like Jeff Hardy status when we was younger.
Hold up, Joe. I was about to go to Surface for number 6, but Joe, you already said something, so let's go.
I already said my number 6.
My number 6 is Orange Cassidy, bro. Bro, the man is gold, bro.
Oh, Joe, I'm disappointed.
Bro, no. Well, you're gonna understand when you see the rest of the list, bro. You're gonna understand why.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna bark at you. I'm not gonna bark at you till we get to two or three.
Who did you have for number 6 again?
How we started off, Orange Cassidy.
So look, that's 2 people who had Orange Cassidy 7. 2 people had him number 6. So like, am I really like throwing about the bus? She like,
well, if the thing is, I could have him higher, bro. But the 5 people I have above him just do like, bro.
Yeah, my top 3
bro.
automatic.
But my top 3, bro. He can't be in that top 3 area, bro. It's just not gonna work.
Close to 3. Let's not give no spoilers, man. Number 6 for me, Private Party, man. I got Private Party for a couple reasons, man. Like, they've had crazy tag team matches with both the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks, so you like could see the potential right there. Then the stuff they did with being the Elite with Hangman, Adam Page on BTE. I'm really starting to fuck with that shit, man. When they started calling Adam Page a pussy and everything like that, I'm like, yo, like they on something. Yeah, they like Hangman, Pussy Page and shit. I'm like, yo, man, if they really start to cut loose and start letting more of that out, man, like I could really get behind them, and like the sky could really be the limit with them. They both very athletic, especially Mark Quinn. You know what I'm saying? Both, yeah. I personally like both of them. You know what I'm saying? I think that they got some good moves. They can both talk and they both wrestle. And then there's potential because like they got potential as a tag team, and then they got potential branching off and doing big things to single individuals as well. You know what I'm saying? So
yo, me being
like that. You know?
Being Frost Heenan, I'm assuming I'm like the Hill. Yo, honestly, I can't stand Private Party.
Whoa.
I really can't. Yo.
What?
Shut the fuck up. Screaming shit.
16 ounces of cranberry
Nah.
Yo, if you don't get these shit, shut up. Yo, turn off. I get so mad. I gotta unplug my TV because it's like when you play what game is that? Pokemon on Game Boy for too long. It could be off and you still hear that shit. I don't want to hear home screen, so I gotta unplug the whole TV every time they come on. Yeah, they sip. Yeah, okay, thumbs up. All right, so what? I don't drink. Sir Frost, I don't drink. So what? All right, so all that screaming, shut up, yo, shut up. Y'all hollering, shut the fuck. Oh my gosh, yo. Oh my god, I hope they never win the tag team titles. I said it.
This is like a hater, Fred.
This is not Sir Frost. This is not Sir Frost.
You sounded like a hater, my guy.
This is not. Wait, this is Frost. This is Frost. Oh, you miss it? I'll repeat it for you. Because it's still up. Number 6, and I think I picked him like number 8, some shit. Yo, Frost, Private Party is trash. All right? I said it.
Wow.
I said it.
Wow.
I said it. All right, they're not trash. Okay. I'm overdoing it. Relax. Hold on. Relax. They're not trash.
That's very disappointing, man.
It made me not want to watch your match. What do you mean?
Bro, he screamed during the match, bro.
So you want to be one of them wrestlers when you come on my screen. Oh, bathroom break. Oh, let me go roll up. Private Party. I could be outside and my TV inside and they're screaming. My neighbor's talking about, oh, he down there listening to porn again. What are you talking about?
Hey, yo. On
the TV. All right.
All right. We on 5?
Yes, sir. We on number 5.
We on 5, right?
We're gonna start. Who you got for number 5, bro?
Number 5, I have Jungle Boy. He's I like him. I like the way that they get him booked. I like the way they keep him booked. I like the way I like his shit with Jericho. I liked his program with Cody. I really liked his program with MJF. This last match I thought was one of the best on the card. It looks like they're putting a lot of stock into him, and yeah, he's just number 5. I think he's higher caliber than the ones I've said, and I can see him possibly getting lower on the list as this year continues. If we do this in December, if we come revisit this in December, I doubt Jungle Boy will still be 5. I could see him even lower than what I have him now.
Damn. Joe, who you got for number 5?
I got my boy Sammy G at number 5.
Sammy Guevara, number 5.
Yes, like, bro, watching his development from when he used to come out with that dumbass panda on his head, bro. Like, bro, I used to hate Sammy G. I was like, yo, bro, who is this clown, bro?
Yeah.
So now,
Talk
bro,
that growth talk.
I can't wait for him to come out, bro, because, yo, bro.
The Spanish gone.
Talk that talk.
From like, yo, bro, I even watch his podcast now or whatever he has, the thing on YouTube, bro.
Right.
He cracks me up.
The
bro.
vlog, yeah.
Like, bro, this man, after he got hit by
he's
that
stupid
hard
funny.
with the golf court, right? My man's was like, yo, my neck is broke. This is bad. And then I like the whole storyline. Now he like every time he sees Matt Hardy, he just gets that anger moment. Imagine trying to be peaceful.
Hey, yo, Joe, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Don't ever disrespect the panda head
Oh
again.
my
Oh,
Bury
right.
it.
That's a classic right here. That's a classic. Oh,
Hey,
shit.
boo boo.
That's the original.
Nigga.
Yeah.
I'm screenshotting. I got to screenshot it.
Yo, from the beer to owning 3 titles. Look at the growth. Talk that growth.
Don't disrespect the panda, my nigga.
Bro, he's more complete now that he dropped the panda, bro. I can take him on this, bro. He used to come out with that panda, with that dumbass rock song he had, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, who is this guy, bro? What, like, why is he here? To the point, like, yo, I actually enjoy his matches now, bro. And he's put on quite a few good matches. So that's why he's number 5.
Super good.
Sir Press, who you got for number 5, man?
Number 5 is going to be a little shocking, but I got Lucha Source. I think because he has a gimmick of a dinosaur, but you still believe him.
I can't be mad at that.
And still want to see him in the title run. Like I still want to see him in the main event in the future go for the title, and I still can believe it as a dinosaur. Like I don't think we understand, and like these guys are in this era, like they're doing real gimmicks, like they're characters, and they're selling this. He's another character that I show somebody like, who's this goofy dinosaur? They see a match, now they sitting down. They looking. I thought you had to leave. I thought you had to go somewhere. No, they watching this dude that's like 7'3" doing backflips.
Facts.
Perfection. His strong moves make sense.
And kicks.
People
swing kicks. Yeah.
The people, and I'm going off of not
so big. You know what I'm saying? Like
not just be as a wrestler that watch both sides and love the business. This is me.
So safe is if he was to throw it for real, he's not gonna get head off. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna fuck out. That's why I hate.
Believe it though. I feel like he's still believable though. He's how I said Orange Cassidy. How I see a star is crazy. That how it's crazy. We talk about like WWE comparison. Their characters are over. Like the characters, are over. Like something Vince wants. Like what Vince really wants, like he wants characters to be over, and that's not really working in the E now. It's not. AEW. If like just like I said, Orange Cassidy, if this COVID thing didn't happen, I think Luchasaurus would have got a push.
Me too.
Real quick, Andre, I can't hear you through my audio. I don't know if it's you or me, but I've got Darby Allin as my 5. One of the things, and I'll kind of touch even what Sir Frass said, is Darby Allin's character is pretty much just reckless abandon. But how he's believable in his character, how he portrays that guy that's a daredevil, will do anything to win, says a lot because it matches his in-ring style.
Right.
And that portrays even like, I mean, I've got some other people here, but I'll just say the thing with Luchasaurus is Lucha Underground is so underrated because Lucha Underground had us believing the Luchasauruses, the dragons,
oh my God!
But they were it was a TV show that did wrestling. So how they shot their promos, how like they did backstage segments, and no one knew. Like Vampiro and Matt Striker had no idea what was going on. So when something happened backstage, they reacted the same way as everyone else did. So I also have Darby Allin in that. And I could see him in Lucha if they didn't take that L from AAA. But I could see him as just that go all in, literally put his body on the line. But he's really, really good in the ring too. I mean, he's like a young Mick Foley, but he still has like a really good in-ring work ability. And I think he also is putting his body on the line when he knows he can. Because I feel like a lot of people who are reckless, everyone's like, oh, they're reckless, they're going to get hurt. But let's be honest, stunt doubles also know when they do certain stunts what to do so they don't get hurt to that extreme. So I've got Darby Allin as my 5. I'm going to go into Lucha Underground later, but I got him at my 5.
Number 5, I got Jurassic Express. I counted them as a whole. I feel like if I counted them individually, Marco definitely wouldn't make the list. No offense, Marco.
As he shouldn't.
But he definitely
Marco stunt here.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. We just talked about a fucking dinosaur in a ring.
Turn his mic up.
We just were talking about a fucking prehistoric lizard wrestling, and you're talking about Marco's stunt being short. Wow. So you're saying like me and Joe, this is the thing with me and Joe. This is a pre-feud with me and Joe. He's talking about believability and all this shit in the same breath saying, yeah, I like Luchasaurus. I believe in what he's doing. He makes me forget, but like Marco Stunt, I just can't believe that he could beat someone. What the fuck?
Don't forget I had Luchasaurus at 10.
On the street, you gonna be like, ooh, I might not fuck with that person. If you see Marco Stunt, you gonna look at Marco Stunt like, man, I could take him. Now every person that Marco Stunt.
Bruh, so that means we can never enjoy Spike Dudley. We should never enjoy Rey Mysterio. We should never enjoy anybody that doesn't look like Ultimate Warrior.
It's not that, bro. It's not that. The thing with those characters, they did moves that suit them. They wasn't trying to suplex Lance Archer, bro. You get what I'm saying, bro? This man
Bruh, it all goes into his. That's the gimmick. That's the gimmick. He's not supposed to.
Explanation, but he's included in the 5. He adds to that group.
What does he add?
And hold on, let me clarify. I'm not saying I'm not. This is. Let me clarify.
What does Marco Stunt add to the group?
Let me clarify. I'm not saying Marco Stunt.
He adds a little.
I'm not saying Marco Stunt would be even in the 5, but he has the best stories in wrestling to me are the Davids and the Goliaths. It is the giant versus the underdog.
That's what I have.
If done well and it's not corny, the shit has. But bruh, if you're looking for the biggest underdog, why in an underdog match? Why wouldn't you want the biggest underdog? What the like? You would want the littlest. You would want the runt.
Like, what made me
Did y'all not watch Babe growing up, bro? Did y'all not watch Charlotte's Web? Did y'all not watch Charlotte's Web growing up? Like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
No.
y'all are wildin'. Y'all are wildin', bro. Cornette got y'all fucked up.
Nah, bro. It's not Cornette, bro.
Poison.
Hey, real quick.
It's just, bro.
I'll say what Marco Stunt. What got me is Marco Stunt being like kind of cool. What got me like Marco being okay with Marco Stunt.
All right, man.
Hold on. We cannot look over the fact. Hold on. We cannot look over the fact that Joe just said that he was watching Paid in Full at 3 years old over Charlotte's Web.
Yo, bro.
We cannot look that over, bro.
He's from New York, though. Like, I'm not surprised.
Bro, you was not 3 years old watching. You was not 3 years old watching Charlotte's watching Paid in Full, bro.
Hey, yo, bro, there was no.
Hey,
I didn't have the Little Mermaid.
Justin,
Man, anyway.
Like, yo, bro, the only kids movie I watched as a kid was Space Jam. Everything else was like an adult movie.
Oh no, I'm just saying, bro. At 3 years old, bro, you didn't know what crack was, bro. You didn't know what the fuck. You was watching Charlotte's Web, bro, and you was rooting for fucking Wilbur, bro.
It's different when your dad tell crack, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta know what it is, and you sitting there watching it back.
Man, you was 3 years old, bro. You were still shitting your pants. You were still shitting your pants, bro.
You still know when somebody bag it up and tell you, yo, don't look at me, watch the TV.
You were getting changed at 3 years old, bro.
Bro, that don't mean you don't know what was going on.
Anyway, let's go number 4, man. Number four, bro.
People didn't give they 5
Motherfucker, bro.
This is really top shelf TV, huh?
Wait.
George,
what happened? What's going on?
Joe already gave us 5. Same Galora.
Yeah, I gave my 5 already.
No, 4.
Oh, 4?
And you just gave it's 4. My bad. Go ahead.
Wait. Oh, 4. I got Jungle Boy.
No explanation.
I enjoyed,
Good shit. No complaints.
I think like with Dustin's getting that with the Little Man story, I feel like Marco Stunt take that away from Jungle Boy because that's what Jungle Boy's supposed to be doing, bro. Not Marco Stunt.
That is a fact. But by having Marco Stunt here as a
so Marco Stunt decided to be shorter than Jungle Boy.
No, but it's not that, bro. Jungle Boy eventually is going to be a main eventer. Marco Stunt is never going to be a main eventer, bro. Marco Stunt.
Y'all tripping, bro. Bro, y'all got so much hate. Y'all got so much hate, bro.
He's going to get thrown through.
Y'all got so much hate.
And beat up. That's what Marco Stunt came for, bro.
Over Orange Cassidy. How could I
Y'all
have
really be
I see Marco
y'all shortophobic, bro. Y'all shortophobic, bro.
They're the same person. Marco Stunt and Hornswoggle is the same person to me, bro. Marco Stunt's gonna be wearing a leprechaun outfit running around the ring in 4 years, bro.
Man, you talking about a legal midget. Man. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to derail your Jungle Boy. I fuck with your Jungle Boy placement, bro, but you need to chill. Bro. Short people got no reason. All right, we're at number 4, bro.
Short lives.
Sure.
All right. Facts. All right.
I am not trying to take.
All right. So
at all, but man, short lives, bro. Nobody gets more disrespect than a short person. Bro. I am not.
He's Hornswoggle 2.0, bro.
Facts, bro.
There's no other way to, bro. He would be.
Anyway. Bruh, you going out your way to be negative, bruh.
It's not being negative.
You going out your
All
way
right,
to
man.
be
Number
negative.
four.
Redirect your
Number
energy.
4 is Scorpio Sky for me.
Ooh, that's a good.
Yeah, facts. Number 4 is Scorpio Sky. If this would have been, you know what I mean, like around the Jericho time, I would have had him possibly 2 or 3. I think, you know, with everything going on, and they had the little, they try to resurface the tag run and everything. But that to me, the best build of AEW so far was when Scorpio Sky and Chris Jericho were in the ring together, and they teased that match. That was such a good match, and then they ended up having one of the best matches at AEW this year. Scorpio Sky is athletic. He can talk. He has that intimidation factor, belief. You know what I mean? Of like, I would like to see him getting really serious, like he did with Jericho. And I think you could strap a rocket ship to him and send him to the moon. I fuck with Scorpio Sky extra heavy.
All times he's put him over everyone on that roster. Let's see here. Deshay, I'm going to you. Who you got for number 4?
Number 4, I have Jungle Boy. The thing with Marco Stunt, I was just trying to say, what sells him is the fact that he's not quite like Hornswoggle in regards that he's too short, but he's able to do some stuff. But Jungle Boy has the athleticism. I think he has a lot of character development that's in the wings. And he really does complement the how he wrestles with Lucha Source. And I've seen Lucha Source wrestle with several people as a tag team and against somebody. So as a tag team, I've got him up there doing well. So right now I've got him at number 4.
So Fraz, who you got for number 4?
Darby Allin. Because like I said, he's another one. The same thing, character. You believe him. He adapts to a culture. The whole skateboard thing is over.
Yeah,
it's super over. As soon as the skateboard comes out, the crowd pops.
Facts.
Right.
And like the stunts he does is, oh my gosh, like God bless his body, because he's gonna. I don't know how he's gonna do this much longer. I really don't. But he's definitely number 4, because top 3 is about to get crazy. I'm letting y'all know that right now.
Yeah, no,
yeah, it is.
Y'all
it really is.
Gonna like number 1. You are not gonna like number 1.
Dre,
Darby Allin as well.
Dre, have you gave your 3rd yet? Okay.
Now with Darby Allin, something I didn't take for Orange Cassidy. Otherwise, I would bump Orange Cassidy probably number 5. Is that, man, I was seeing kids, not just 1 or 2 shows. I've seen like at least 3-4 AEW shows with the paint like Darby Allin and shit.
Right.
Like,
yep. That's another one.
Half their faces up like Darby Allin. He got this hard hitting style, like you said. You know what I'm saying? Like the way he executes he has some of the best suicide dives, man. Like
absolutely
crazy.
Absolutely.
It's with into his shit. Man. Like he good to sell the stories he's done with Cody. He really did. His character, while he doesn't talk much, when he does talk, it means something. He makes sure it means something. And he's done good things with Sammy, good things with Cody. And he just got the presence. He got that it factor. You know what I'm saying? Like he looks like a star. He don't look like nobody else.
Yeah.
Like he remind me of like a.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Yo, is somebody typing?
Yeah, it sounds like the bubble wrap or something going off.
Yeah, I heard it just a minute.
It's like little bits of static every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really that bad, but sometimes it be going a little bit wild.
How was your voice? I really couldn't hear you too much.
Not
see with the more hard hitting, and with that less gimmicky in that sense, but more like uncanny. I don't know. you're kind of like wanting to know, like, what's the story, like, what's the deal with this, like, why are you like this type shit, like, you know, and then the skateboard, like, it's a lot to it. Like, I definitely think he got a real high potential. Just 3 people. The one person I was kind of split because Jungle Boy on his own, I almost want to put Jungle Boy, like, I was really debating the top 5 heavy. You know what I'm saying? Because they got all crazy potential. Jungle Boy in himself, just being the son of Perry, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he could really be the next big one out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because he could easily transition into television as well, and just that history of having your father be that. His father's in the WWE Hall of Fame already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, bro, like, it's just a story. You know what I'm saying? It's one hell of a story. But number 3, let's get into this time.
Hold on. Before we get into number 3, as if we needed another reason to check out Brandy Rhodes in any circumstance, y'all have to check out Brandy's YouTube channel where it's called A Shot of Brandy, where she has AEW stars, and it's like a cooking show type thing.
Yep. I just seen the
and Darby Allin was on like a month ago, which was classic. But Darby Allin was on there, and you got to learn a little. I got to learn more about him. You know what I mean through that. But check that out. You want me to go ahead and get my 3 since I'm already. You want me to get my 3?
Okay, go ahead. What's your number 3?
His rightful place at number 3. Orange, freshly squeezed Cassidy, bro.
Okay, the king of small.
Number 3, like his charisma.
My man.
Yeah, he's at number 3 right now. I arguably no one more over. We've seen him versus Pac was one of my favorite matches in AEW because we did get to see him get serious. We did get to see him have a little emotion. And what Vishay said earlier with with the dialogue, and if he does talk and how his style would clash with somebody, his gimmick really depends on how it clashes with other styles. And out of everybody, if he can have that great of a match with Pac, he can have a greatest match with anybody on this or any roster. Also, I just watched him versus Velveteen, and I can't remember what promotion it was. Glow, maybe? Or was it Glow? Maybe it wasn't Glow. What was it? I can't remember what it was, but whatever they're siphoning shit from, it's Darby Allin. Orange Cassidy versus Velveteen Dream, which was a classic as well. Velveteen would be number 1 if he was in the AEW, though. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's my 3rd.
I think that was a great match, man. Good looking for sending me that link. This time we're gonna go start. I see you got number 3.
Yeah, super dope.
Here we go. Number 3. This is the first one I'm gonna pick that I do know a little history about, but I feel like he's become like the original, and that's Hangman Adam Page.
You're disrespectful, Fraz.
I told you my number 1 is a hot take. So let's number 2, get ready to be mad. But yeah, like that's another one with the COVID. Oh my gosh, like he was the in a positive way. He was the Walmart Stone Cold Steve Austin vibe in AEW. Like, I mean, he was wilding for drinking everybody's beer, but that was over though. He took that risk, and it was over. And then his selling of the story, his build up of the whole AEW story, trying to be the first champion, and now it's at a point they want him as the champion now. To all the people that was complaining at first, why is Hangman one in the picture and whatnot? But now he's showing why.
Yeah, and we got to remember he was the first contender, him and Jericho.
Yeah, that's what
which was a fucking
people was
knockdown drag
about
out.
That, though. That's what I'm saying. People was complaining about that, and that's what I'm saying. This story showed them why.
But thank you. Facts. And I think they did more with him. Like, I wanted Hangman to win against Jericho, but look at all this stuff. When you're a champion, you're pretty much just running the ball. You know what I mean? All you're doing is running the ball. Hangman, I think, needed to chase the ball. You know what I mean? He needed to run his route, and he's running that route. He's in the end zone right now, in my opinion.
Hey, yo, Joe. What you got for number 3, Joe? Oh, my fault.
Number 3?
Wait, Joe. It's on the check. Who you got?
Yeah. So for my number 3, I got Scorpio Sky. I don't know if you guys have heard a little bit about his backstory.
That's what I had originally.
He was
that's the only reason why he not.
Okay, I didn't hear what he said. Hold on, he's what?
He's probably like one of the most underappreciated guys, in the business for WWE, TNA. A lot of guys to give him a quick look, but really pass over him. He was actually one of the top, I think it was like in their top 20 people when they started AEW, but apparently they thought he was still under contract with Ring of Honor, and they were like, nah, he's a free agent. So they were like, wait, what the hell are we doing? We need to go and sign this guy. And he's a really good worker. I mean, in his indie stuff, he's been like really putting on. I mean, he was kind of doing Ricochet stuff, but just with a bigger build. And
I remember him when he was on
really solidify how he did his stuff, like how he was making his moves and how he was making his matches flow together. So for me, I've got him at number 3. I mean, he's I'm not saying he's like Shelton, but he's one of those personalities that you can get behind. It's like, yo, if he's a black AEW champion, it's going to be lit. I can tell you that right now.
The only reason he wasn't on my list because I know the history, so I couldn't really. That's the only reason why I ain't the whole. Even before SCU, I remember him on MTV Society X. Like,
well, yeah.
That's why it was hard for me to put him on the list.
That's why I remember Jack Evans from.
I had to change my list a couple times because Andre was like, "Man, he goes, I'm counting this." I was like, "Damn!"
But it still makes sense because that's like my Adam Page pick.
On y'all list that I don't, and I got some people on the vets list that y'all not on this list, so it's just in your opinion. You know what I'm saying? But Joe, who you got for number 2?
All right, so my number 3 is Darby Allin, man. From his first match in AEW, bro, I knew he was going to be a star in the making, bro. From his first match with Cody, bro, when I first saw, I was like, who the hell is Darby Allin, bro? To see the match he put on with Cody, bro.
Facts.
So then his next main event match was the hardcore match with Jimmy Havoc and Joey Janela, bro. Bro,
that was a good match.
Man took the Cracker Barrel,
that
bro,
match was dope.
And nearly killed himself, bro. Yeah, my man pulled out a skateboard.
And I want to put
with tats on it, bro.
He killed himself.
He killed Joey Janela, bro. Like, yo, bro. Then the build up with Jericho, bro. Bro, he took the ball and he ran with it, bro. And he hasn't looked back one bit. That's why he's my number 3.
All right, so for number 3, that's Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara, man.
I can't be mad at these picks.
Can't be mad at that.
Sammy Guevara. Yeah. Sammy Guevara's in the first televised AEW match against Cody Rhodes, and that was a damn.
Turn his mic up.
Second thing about
that was a damn good match. Talk, Dre.
They forgot. Dre, turn his mic up.
Sammy Guevara, he's young, but he's hip. You know what I'm saying? When I mean hip, he knows he's all the memes, like how I'm gonna go, like, and it's not just one meme now, man. Like from the Hangman, with them chasing them down the thing, like he just constantly doing shit from the Judas singing the Judas song, like he's
that was gold. That was gold. Are you kidding me?
That's fire. I fuck with it. I'm saying.
I know. I agree.
Yeah. He's under Chris Jericho's wing. He's the next. When they try to say he's the next Eddie Guerrero, I disagree. I think he's the next Chris Jericho. Like, this guy got that Chris Jericho charisma, but he could do all that shit Ricochet and them do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him do like the double moonsault. I've seen him do the shooting star press. Like he can do it all. You know what I'm saying? From what Dustin said earlier, he's the one taking those crazy bumps from the best one-winged angel ever. He's the one that was delivered on. That's the best one-winged angel ever, bro. There will not be a better.
Turn his mic up.
Yeah.
Like, bro, and his work with all around the board, it's been good. You know what I'm saying? He could work good, he could talk good, and then he has that third thing that a lot of people don't got. He got the YouTube channel already cracked. He got his own YouTube channel, and then you seen what he did with when they jacked the Elites channel. That shit was good as well, man. Like he knows he's under Chris Jericho, man, and he knows what to do, man, to like make himself stay relevant and to stay trending. You know what I'm saying? He's like gonna be the most tip as far as the memes and the gifts and stuff. He's gonna be the one with most of that. Like to that point, I was kind of like, for a minute, I kept going back and forth between the top three. Each one of these people, I had number one at a point, and then I like changed my mind. You know what I'm saying? And it literally happened like that.
Yeah.
Every single time. So that being said, man, for number 2, man, it's about to get real, man. You know what? I'm saving you for last on this one, crap. Because yeah, you said it was gonna be
what?
Yeah, you said it was gonna be real. Yeah, you know what? Joe,
Press, if MJF is number 2 on your list, you're gonna get stabbed, bro.
You wildin'. You're wildin'. No, you're wildin'. MJF number 1, are we right? Gang.
All right. So on my number 2, I have Hangman Adam Page, bro. Bro, I didn't think an alcoholic gimmick could get over. Like, since Stone Cold, like Sandman was kind of okay, bro. But bro, this man will drink while he's in a match.
Yo,
forget the whole match. Like, bro, I never thought with him being in the Bullet Club that he would be my favorite member of the Elite right now. Of the whole Elite, Adam Page is my favorite member, bro.
Even to support you on something, how we talk about like Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy of like people dressing up with him. With Hangman Page, him being an adult, he got people that don't even drink buying beers.
Facts.
That's like his adult version of like the kids dressing up. Like, I don't even drink, but Hangman Page is gonna drink my beer up front row.
Bro,
I'm gonna talk about that.
Bro, this guy, his moveset, incredible.
Yeah, his moveset.
He cut a promo. He has the look. Bro, he's different, bro. The whole cowboy shit, bro. I never wanted to be a redneck so much in my life.
By far, he's way younger than way younger. Dustin, you know what? Now, Dustin, I switch up the order that I asked y'all. Who you got for number 2?
So I've got Hangman Page for two big reasons. One, just seeing what he again did in ROH and New Japan, kind of going for the U.S. title, kind of going for the IC, in that realm. But I'm from the South. I'm from Tennessee. Hangman Page reminds me of those dudes like in college. I used to go to the club and hang out. There'd be that white dude who was kind of cool, but he'd like, "Hey man, you want a beer?" And I'm like, "All right, cool." And then a fight would break out, and you don't know him, but all of a sudden he's got to come back no matter what. That's what Adam Page is. He's that white dude that is going to get in a fight with you, like have your back, go drink a beer, and I'm like, man, that's fucking awesome, dude. You want a beer? Sure, yeah. Like, and not only that, he has, again, from as he started signing, like even during the press conferences for AEW, you could tell he really meant business. He was really trying to push that match with Pac. He was really trying to prove a point. And now this whole gimmick, like Joe said, this whole alcoholic gimmick, it's one thing to do it, but it's another thing to. It's like beer money. Remember beer money and TNA? Like you could tell they were really about that life. That's kind of how Hangman Page, like he's made it like I'm gonna drink some beer and I'm gonna have fun. And then y'all call me when the shit pops off.
Wait, real quick, to tag on what Bishay just said, bro. Him in Private Party, bro. where he was just like, I will whip your ass. He's like, yo, man came and took a liquor. They was like, Adam, we gotta cut you off. He was like, you touch my shot, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Yeah, bro. Go.
That's what they do. And I'm like, yo, he really reminds me of like some dudes I'd see at the club all the time. And like they're super chill. They don't, they mind their own business. They'll come hang out with you, they'll crack jokes, and then when shit turns up, man, hold my beer real quick. Next somebody, hey, you want another beer? I'm like, man, all right, I'll just take a shot, but all right, fuck it, I'll drink a beer. So I've got him as my number 2.
All right, let's see here. Dustin, who you got for your number 2, man?
I'ma stab him. I already see it on his face.
I don't know.
He ain't. He won't do it.
I don't know. I don't know.
You better not. You better not.
All right, so I stand on this hill.
We riot.
I stand on this hill.
Don't down it. Don't down it, Dustin. Don't down that.
I stand on my hill, and I said what I said. MJF number 2.
I'm gonna stab you.
The reason he's number 2. The reason he's number 2 is because he's sort of like the Fiend in a kind of way, right? Like we only see the Fiend in certain situations. Like we like the play, we like the playhouse. You know what I mean? We like that kind of. We like the character work, and we also, you know what I mean? We like the in-ring ability. But he only the only time MJF, like, I understand he, you know what I mean, he wrestles, you know what I mean, and every once in a while he plays the best chicken shit heel, and that's my favorite kind of heel, is the chicken shit heel, the scared heel, the insecure heel that puts, you know what I mean, a front forward. But he had the banger with Cody, which was really good, and he had the banger with Jungle Boy that just happened. But besides that, we really haven't seen him against anyone else. We haven't seen him tell a great story other than Cody. You know what I mean? But as far as character goes, he's definitely the best character. He's got the best heel work in the business. But I just haven't seen enough of him in ring to make him number 1.
Yo, you get this man, get him
right.
out.
So he's number 2.
I'm gonna say my opinion for when I go when my number 1 comes up for that statement.
Yeah, number 2.
Not the disrespect I just heard. My number 2 is is
That's
MJF.
true.
My number 2 is MJF. My number 2 is MJF.
Wow.
Talk your shit, Brass.
Another person.
Stand against the power.
He is
Fight the power.
He is
Fight the power, Brass. Yo.
He is one of the best heels. But turn my mic up. He's number 2. He's number 2. Get ready for my number 1.
Talk your shit, Brass.
All right, so my number 2, man, and hold up, I can't even scroll down this thing without clicking on that. My number 2
is the
man,
real
Hangman Adam Page, man. Hangman Adam Page, originally, right before I went live, I switched. I had Hangman Adam Page number 1 originally, but then I had to really, really break it down. And the reason, all right.
Nah, let's keep it a stat. Joe intimidated you. Joe intimidated you.
Definitely sending him death threats. You know, he saw paid in full.
Me and Press.
He saw paid in full at the age of 3. He sent you a death threat. We know how that goes. You are getting your diapers changed, watching Pay the Full. Like, I'm about to flip that. I see that. That's being
talk your shit, Frass. Me and Frass are on the hill, and we swinging with ill intent. Pull up.
Yo, all right. So look, this is why I got Hangman Adam Page number 2, man. And I'm glad that y'all had him considered in the Rising Stars too, because I didn't really consider him like a big star in Ring of Honor or in New Japan or anything
Bro,
like
I
that.
didn't even know who he was, bro.
Like,
I just knew full gear ready.
Yo, you gotta let your little brother go with you to the store. And you're like, man, I don't want to take him. He's too young. You know, we're gonna be trying to get with the girl and everything. Like, nah, you gotta take him to the store too. You know?
No,
like,
he wasn't that. No.
But once they got to AEW, he was the one, like Dustin mentioned, he was one of the first ever world title. That holds some weight. That's history right there for one.
Right.
He was the first person who actually signed to AEW. He was the person who WWE.
See, you're making all the sense in the world. You're making all the sense in the world, Jerry.
Offered him crazy bank. He got over so big in AEW those first couple of weeks with Pac. Him and Pac had some great outings, and when he cut that cowboy shit promo, it was over from there. Like he found himself. That was his calling right there. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, like we all see, like you kind of don't know where it's going now. Kind of looked like the direction changed. At first, it looked like we all see like he was breaking apart from the league. You can see a thing going where him. Maybe he gets the belt and then Omega takes the belt off him.
Hey.
I feel like that story is going to continue.
Yeah, that story's still going, bro.
Like kind of like
Yeah.
went away. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of been doing other stuff. He ain't really been as hard as he was originally with the drinking shit.
I still think Omega going to turn heel.
What really fucked me up about him, because like I had him like, man,
Which would be fire.
Watching him, I was watching him in matches with Kenny Omega, with the Young Bucks, and they were chatting cowboy shit over Omega, over Young Bucks. Like they were cheering him over them. Like, and it was just like, damn, he finally got out of their shadow. You know what I'm saying? And now with the shit he's doing with the interacting with the fans, that was probably one of the things where I was probably so hardcore. Like my two favorite wrestlers of all time was Bret Hart and Rob Van Dam. And when I look back, I'm like, damn, what was one thing that probably attracted me to those two people, Pauls, is fucking, as a kid, Bret Hart would interact with the fans. He'd go over there, give the fans the fucking glasses and shit. Everybody wants the fucking glasses. You know what I'm saying? I went and ordered a pair of glasses when I was a kid. RVD constantly interacted with the fans. He do some sick shit, get up out the ring for a minute. Yo, y'all see that shit? Showboated everything. You know what I'm saying? Slap hands. Even going down the entrance. Slap hands with everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole fucking time the RVD and shit. Cause like, bro, you're pulling the fan into you. You know what I'm saying? You're making the fans invest now. They're more for you than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And the fans, they had that with Adam Page. But I feel like they're kind of like toning it down a little bit. I feel like they're kind of like, in a sense, holding them back. Like, all right, let's chill with that because it kind of sends the bad message. You're not the real PC in that sense. You know, like, I don't know if this is what we really want to do, promote someone being an alcoholic or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it works. The one thing that kind of, even with the shit with the horse and everything, that's perfect. That's another one with Sammy Guevara. That's another meme. You know what I'm saying? Aside from just the getting chased by the golf cart, you know, getting chased by the horse. That's another meme when I talk about him. But well, Hangman, the one thing that made me disqualify him from being number one was that Stampede match.
Appreciate it.
For your character, everything was perfect. The horse, all that shit was perfect. But there was one thing that really just buried Hangman Adam Page for me. And that is for you being the drunk, alcoholic, cowboy, badass, and how you were saying, Vishay, you the character, you the dude at the bar with bash type shit. You know what I'm saying? You let a motherfucker, and granted, it's an MMA person, but you let that motherfucker put you on the bar and slide you down the fucking bar, bro. That's something you're supposed to do. That would have been for him, to his character. You know what I'm saying? That was so his character.
Now, Dre, in his defense, he did crack it with a couple bottles. He got his revenge and cracked it with like 5 Hennessy bottles.
That is the ultimate mark out. That's like the brawl, dog. That's why I was like, damn, they should have had Sammy come in there and he do that shit to Sammy or do it to Ortiz or Santana. Like, he took your character. That was your character moment right there. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that took too many points for me, bro. Like, you got to do something to redeem yourself, bro. Because like the last image I got of you is a nigga grabbing you by your shirt, like they do.
Hey,
he pulled that Roadhouse.
hey, yo,
yeah,
yo, real quick. My battery's on 2%, bro. So I got to get my number one out.
Go ahead.
My number one is Hangman Page. No one tells a better story than him. His match with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega is the best match I've seen for a long time. He tells the best stories. He has one of the best gimmicks going on right now. He can prove it in the ring. He has a track record with world champions so far. And the biggest thing right now that everyone's talking about in AEW is if he turns. He's number one. I'm sticking to it. I got to charge my phone. But I'm going to pull up if y'all still on.
Let me get my number one off before Dustin disappears. Because he needs to hear this. He needs to hear this.
Hurry up.
Talk to him, Joe.
When they heard it,
we don't hear it. We don't hear nothing. What did we hear, Joe?
Those booms?
What booms?
You knew what time it was, Dustin.
Was you playing the sample?
What time it was, sir?
Hold up. If you was playing something, we didn't hear it, though.
Riot mode.
I'm trying to stop you. Your little promo is failing. Did you play some music before you started spazzing?
Listen, no.
Because if you did, we didn't hear nothing.
Anthem so you know.
What anthem? We just heard you.
And you know it. Now let's get into this.
What did the anthem sound like?
This is MJS anthem.
Oh, right now. What the anthem sound like? Right now.
Listen, forget all that. It's my turn to talk.
You're right.
With MJF,
I'm trying to monetize this, bro. I ain't trying to have no copyright.
Yeah. Turn that down.
Hit the ring, bro.
We didn't hear it anyway, so you good.
Bro, listen.
I don't know what you worried about.
From the moment I see him come out, bro, and yell at a little kid to the point the little kid cried and left the banister, bro.
Talk about it.
I knew what it was. I knew what it was, bro. From the moment, Fraz, he cut his first promo at AEW. I knew what time it was.
He's number 2. He's number 2.
I knew what time it was.
He's number 2.
Is the modern day Ric Flair. If Paul Heyman could wrestle, he would be MJF, bro. MJF, bro, he's 23 years old. He was never in anyone's shadow. So if you made your whole career and you've never been in anyone's shadow, you're number one. Hangman Page had to fight to get out of the shadow of Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody. MJF never had to do that. You know why? Because he's better than you.
That's a good wrestling story, though.
Bro, he has the best wrestling story right now.
I've got MJF.
Hold on.
I've been a fan of his for a while since I saw him in MLW. I saw him, I was like, he is like the better version of The Miz. And I know Dustin was talking about, he plays the chicken shit heel. He hasn't done a whole lot in the ring. The best heel doesn't have to wrestle in the ring because he does so much to get out of wrestling that you're like, he's got to get in the ring so he can get his ass.
Riche, talk to these heathens. Talk to them.
And not only that, we got to understand something. In the world of social media, of being PC, we have seen this man talk bad about paraplegic people, small people, women. He hasn't said anything about black people yet. But he said, a dude said, man, I wish I could become a wrestler so I could kick MJF's ass. He told that man, I will fly you out. I will pay for your training just so you can get in the ring and I can beat your ass. He is the embodiment of I don't give a damn.
Riche, one more to tag in with you. He told a paraplegic. He was like, you might be. He said, oh, I can't wrestle, but you know what I can do better than you? I can get up and walk. Bro, when you live your gimmick to the point you're telling paraplegic people, I can get up and walk, and your face is telling you like I mean this. Like when you blur the lines of yo, is that Maxwell or is that MJF? When you blur the lines of did he really mean that? Or
Fam, like y'all got to go back. So he had a group in MLW called the Dynasty, right? And
perfect. Go ahead,
dude,
tell them for shit.
when he was going against Teddy Hart and Brian, like when they were going against the Hart Dynasty, the stuff he was talking about to Teddy Hart, it was a Lux third mixed with Calico. When it's real, it don't gotta rhyme. He was talking so bad to Teddy Hart, man, and Brian Pillman Jr. He was like, "You never live as good as your dad did, and you're almost older than he." Like he was talking so reckless, and we also have to put this in perspective. After the match that Cody had with Dustin, that was like one of the most pinnacle moments of Cody's career, right? His match against MJF was almost as pinnacle because of the story and what they did to almost tear down Cody's pride. And MJF is one of the only people who could do that because he really doesn't care. He's 23. He doesn't have a lot of the stigma from learning from other companies. He is literally like the sky is not even the sky. He can go to a different universe. He's going to be that good, and he can keep getting better. And that's why I've got him as my number one, because
one more statement.
He's living out his gimmick.
My man was in CZW, bro. Where they flip and they do hardcore stuff, bro.
Yeah,
His gimmick was he would run to the ropes and look like he's about to dive, bro. Hit the ropes and tell them, I don't have to flip to get over. Bro.
Bro. It's the description
he told what did he tell Teddy Page? He was like, you're gonna be where Bret Hart's at. No, not Bret Hart. What's his name? Owen Hart. You're gonna be looking at no. They was talking to his uncle. He was like, he looked up to the sky. He was like, Stu Hart. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong place. My man looked down at the ground and said, Stu Hart. He told Bret Hart, wait, there's a fan coming to attack you. Bro.
All right, hold up.
Is the GOAT, bro.
All right, I got y'all perspective on it, and y'all got a little more insight on MJF's past than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just basically going off of AEW, and obviously I got MJF number one as well. I had him at Page. Really, it was that slide across the bar that cost him for me, bro. I'm sorry, I just can't get over that, man. That was such a workout, bro. He got Spike Dudley treatment. That was like Bam Bam Bigelow throwing Spike Dudley into the
disrespectful. Yo, you're not going to disrespect Jake Hager like that, bro. That's disrespectful to Jake Hager, bro. You're not
relax, yo. Relax, yo. One more time. Relax.
The reason I got
I'm trying to hold out on the A's.
Hold up. The reason I got MJF number one is because he has been presented pretty much as the main heel character on the entire show. He has the longest stories. And when I look at the way his stories are built, the way I look at the way his stories were built and structured, he has the best structured stories. He has this long story with Cody. It still isn't even over. But then he has a feud with Jungle Boy that's going on, right? These are two young people who both got a lot of praise, a lot of hype behind them. These are two people who could be the future top heel and top face of the company. Then I was watching just last week, and the promo he cut with Wardlow in the back.
That promo was
That should give me Shawn Michaels Diesel vibes, bro. When Shawn Michaels had the bodyguard, I'm like, he's doing this now too. So it's you got the seeds planted for a Wardlow down the line. You got a natural rivalry with Darby Allin and Jungle Boy. And you have this long story that you still got going on with Cody. It's like, and you got the best record in all of AEW, 11-1. It's like, bruh, you have been presented as like the main character, just about him and
Bro,
Cody.
he's going to take the title from Cody, bro. Just wait. The story's going to play out, and he's going to be the one to take the title from Cody. Just wait.
He presented more better and booked more better than the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Oh, facts. Super facts.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Bro, so you got for number one, bro. I gotta hear this, man.
Yeah,
That's a hot take.
My number one pick. This man is a future star. There's no arguing this. This man has charisma. The in-ring, what is this, promo? What else do you need? He can play a heel. He can play a baby face. You could eventually market him as a champion in the future. It's going to take a little while. But Sammy Guevara is the number one in AEW.
I want to be mad at you, but I can understand why you. I want to be mad at you. I really do.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna pick like some super crazy stuff.
No. Sammy. This he has. I don't care how that sounds, but it's a good as an old wrestling fan saying this. It's not like I'm talking about a mid carder. I'm talking about some in my top 5. Like he is he's the future to be the AEW Eddie Guerrero. Like,
yo, my bad.
His character, his sense of humor. Like if you go to his YouTube, like he said, his in-ring with the Chris Jericho shit. Like even looking at, like I see what you.
I got one question for you, bro. I just got one question for you.
What?
You said he's going to be a future star, right?
Yeah, like a
you could
like
put
a future.
The
I mean, like
MJF right now, bro, and he's going to sell.
You can't. No.
You can't put the belt.
I'm Frost Heenan. All right, let me talk my hell shit first of all.
You can't.
If you look at this as a WWE role, no, I'm not giving MJF the title. Look at the shit. Look at the shit you just said. You just said he said. You can't market that.
Yes, you can.
What? And you're wilding. You know how many sponsors you won't get. You know how many sponsors you won't get. I can stand up and walk. Are you kidding me? I am not this will not be the face of my company. Turn my mic up since you want to talk that shit. Sammy, on the other hand, young Sammy, he can put a whole koala bear on top of his head. And we can market this man.
The koala bear wasn't over.
But he could play a baby face, even though you didn't like it because it was cheesy. The in-ring work still made you.
He was never a baby face, though. He was always a heel.
Well, it was like him trying to be a baby face.
He was never a baby face in AEW. He was a heel,
but it don't matter. His uprise, though. That's why we making this list now. He's number one. Some of the moments outside of the ring, some of the best moments is because of Jericho.
That's why he's number one, bro.
So we're not giving Sammy no credit. You really you one of those guys. You one of those guys. You're one of those guys. It's because of Jericho. Okay, I understand what I'm talking. You're lucky this is not my show. I would press the button at the bottom of the screen and you would not be talking right now. You are so lucky this is not my show because of there you go. I did it. You ain't even see me. I did it. You're relaxed. That's me. That's not him. The host. It's not the host. You know how I do it. Went to WW. Relax. And I muted you. How dare you? Guevara is marketable. He hasn't said no wow shit. I can stand up and walk. You're not the face of my company, sir. Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down. I'm gonna have you stand up.
No. Real question.
You gotta sit your ass down because we got a charity up the street.
Would you care about
charity up the street with kids that can't up and walk?
About StreamYard, dog. Why you talking about StreamYard?
Nah. But real question: if Sammy G, like how he came in, if he didn't have the inner circle and Chris Jericho to mold him along, would you care about Sammy G how you care about him now? No, because he wouldn't be in those promos.
That's like saying if MJF wouldn't be where he at,
anybody, bro.
If he didn't have the Cody story, what are you talking about?
You're
not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me MJF could have got paired with anybody else, and you would have started off as the rising
bro. He could have.
You're being a fan, yo. You're being a fan.
He wasn't wrestling Cody.
I didn't want to do that.
He was buddy with Cody, bro.
That's what started the story, bro. What are you talking about?
But he didn't need him, bro. His first match, he cut a bro. He was cutting promos from All Out.
Nobody was. He was not paying. They was not paying attention to him like that.
That's not true at all.
Are you kidding
Andre,
me?
can you talk to him, please? Can you talk
to me, Dre? So, Dre, you feel like MJF
the first match on AEW, man. They have to have faith in you to give you that first match. That means, you gonna be the one, because you know damn well they're gonna play that shit back years from now when he's going for that world title, bruh. He getting a world title somewhere down the line in the future. It's that shit's automatic. You were in the very first ever televised match on AEW, bruh.
Bro, MJF had the first match ever for the AEW history, though. What are we talking about?
That's what I'm saying for Sammy. I'm saying Sammy had the first AEW match with Cody. That was the first.
But MJF had the first match for the company.
No.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So Sammy had the first pay-per-view match. MJF had the first AEW, before they had done the big pay-per-view.
So it's levels to this. It's levels to this, regardless. Pay-per-view and TV.
I'll say this though, for either Sammy or for MJF. I'll say for either Sammy or MJF, I'm also looking at it in the sense of who has the ability to do the things that needs to get AEW over. Let's just say right now they're gonna go, all right, cool, we gotta put the belt on somebody, and we just gotta go. Whatever intangibles you have, you have. MJF is at a slight advantage because he can already get the people to hate him in a split second. Sammy, you hate him, but you're also like, oh man, I hate him, but there's something else. MJF lives, he fully lives it. He's almost as bad as if he came out and said all lives matter. He has got that level of heat, low key.
He is. I agree. He was number 2 for that. He was number 2 for that. I think I said he's probably the best heel today, period. There's not even close.
But Sammy, I feel like Sammy has to find his baby face that he can really rival. So that's my.
But think about it. He could be playing it with him under Jericho wing.
It can, but what I'm saying is,
he's somebody we supposed to boo. But like you said, he's for example, to me, if I had the fantasy book, if Undisputed Era came over and without Roderick Strong, I will put Sammy Guevara in that group because of his character, his charisma. He would fit perfect with Adam Cole.
Now put MJF in Undisputed Era.
I don't think he would fit in Undisputed Era, and that's me being real. And I'm gonna give you credit to this. And I'm gonna give you credit to this because I just don't think MJF do need a group. But I give Sammy Guevara the upper hand. As much as a good heel he plays, he can play that babyface because you can see the story of him. Now he looking at the title, but Jericho's the leader. It's just that old story of Triple H like Randy Orton.
So wait, MJF didn't play the babyface role where he felt bad for Cody.
I don't think MJF
bro. He played the babyface role to take his heel role to the next level, bro. Bro, you saw when he got on his knees, he's like, "I'm sorry, Cody. I was just caring for you, bro."
No, it wasn't the baby. Everybody knew the hill was coming. I think what's pushed him, and it's not discredit him, but it wasn't his baby face role that pushed his heel work. It was us knowing he's a heel acting like a baby face. But we could tell he's acting like a baby face. He wasn't selling a baby face role like, oh, we love you, MJF. No, the whole time we're waiting for him to do what he did, low blow him. So no, he can't play a great. He hasn't showed me he could
Actually,
play
I
a
thought they
great
was
baby
gonna let it.
face.
I thought they was gonna let it play a little bit longer. I was kind of upset they did it so fast. I thought it was gonna be the next pay-per-view where he went heel on him.
Yeah, but for my and also in the same thing. But listen, why I'm and some other people are wanted it to go longer because it's obvious. We know he's a heel. We know it's going to happen. That's what I'm. He hasn't displayed a legit MJF babyface role. You can see work. I don't see it working. Not saying he can't. Not saying he can't. But with Sammy, I see the hill and I can see the babyface in home. Because let's be real. In the Stampede match, like low key, like wrestling fan wise, you like, damn, I kind of feel bad for Sammy. Like he get chased around back and forth. The best one-wing angel, like goddamn, like let the brother breathe. First you bring a horse, then a cart, then you gonna bring a cart and a horse. Like, come on. Like, I'm looking out for you, Sammy. I'm rooting for you, Sammy. That's what I'm saying. But we also still see him as that hill, though. When Sammy comes out, we see him as that hill.
I originally had Hangman, then I switched to Sammy, and then like right before I went live, I saw the last episode of AEW, and I like that shit with Warlow and MJF, and I was just like, man, this is
because don't get it twisted. Yeah. I think MJF is like real talk. His game is impeccable. Like his heel work, like you said, cannot be matched. But when I see Sammy, like the shit he do, like every show, every moment, it's like, yo, I get a baby face moment, and then I get okay, he heel as fuck again.
All right, but here we go.
It's like
MJF hasn't missed yet, bro. He's 10 for 10 on the billboard, bro. But listen, from his start at AEW to now, bro, he has not missed. And the thing is, bro, I get what you're saying with Sammy G. Bro, he's 23. He's only gonna get better, bro. We
how old is
him
Sammy?
The top heel in all of wrestling.
Wait, how old is Sammy though?
He in his 20s too, but
so what you saying about that?
Listen, you didn't hear what I said. I said he's 23, and we're already considering him the top heel in wrestling, bro. He's only going to get better, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at. He's only going to get better. He's considered the top heel of wrestling right now.
I mean, Sammy and him are pretty much the same age, though.
Sammy could go any route, though. That's what I'm saying. He could get better at any route. I don't see a future babyface. I see Sammy going down any path right now.
Do you want a jack of all trades, or do you want a ace of spades, though?
Listen,
I want a jack of all trades.
Can he cut a promo? Listen, now hold on. Can Sammy Guevara cut a promo like MJF?
The fuck?
Well, can he? So let's look at like
depending on his situation. Yes, I don't care, yo. Like every situation he been put on. Yo, first of all, time out. See, Joe, every time I want to give you a relax button, I realize you're sponsored by. Oh, I'm sorry. You're powered by StreamYard. Every time. You're powered by StreamYard. What happened?
I see you still hurt from the last battle.
So, I hear you. All I'm saying is, I remember when I first got on here, everything was cool. And you know what I mean? You're still powered by StreamYard.
Let Bishay get his balls off, because I feel like Bishay was about to speak some knowledge. Go ahead, Bishay. Get your balls
real quick. So, again, I'm not mad at you picking Sammy G as number one too. As your number one. For me, it's one of those. If Sammy had his who's going to be the main babyface right now that Sammy's a heel that he can go against to really boost him as that top heel, even when Jericho leaves. If he's a babyface, he's going to have more options. Like MJF versus Sammy, it's going to be great because you're going to feel for Sammy, but MJF is going to do him so bad because he's going to be so good in his heel form. You're like, damn, man. Sammy's
dirty 30, bro. It's going to be a dirty 30.
But that's what I'm saying. But like, I think what Joe's saying is like right now, Sammy is in the inner circle. He's under Jericho. Who can, if you just said, hey, you know what, Jericho's hurt. Sammy, we're going to let you run with it for a little bit. Who is going to be the top baby face that he's going to go against that you're going to be like, all right, cool. I think he's got it. Right now, MJF can run against any babyface, top or bottom, because he's that damn believable. Like, you
I
don't
give
like
you
it.
that.
We
I
feel
give you
bad,
that.
and don't get me wrong. I think Sammy's going to be a better heel and babyface overall than MJF is. But MJF as a solid heel that's where he's going to stand. Think about this: we watched Randy Orton go between heel and babyface, but over time we saw that him being a babyface just wasn't cut out for him. He just had to be a heel. I feel like Sammy's eventually gonna get to that part. He's gonna become a babyface. We're gonna rock with it, but then we're like, I kind of like you as a douche, and then he's gonna go back to being a heel. So it just really, for me, it depends on who they market Sammy against. Like, who's gonna be his opponent to really solidify either his heel run or his babyface run. Right now, MJF is the most disrespectful heel I've seen in a think about it. He took a picture, was it with a pregnant woman or somebody, and he was flipping off the camera. He does not care. And that's the yes, he's not marketable, but he's not marketable because he doesn't care. And that's what makes it even
He is
better.
marketable because
being
hated is marketable.
Yeah, he really is. For the adults, he is marketed for adults.
Knock out. You know what I'm saying?
That was just my argument, though. It was a good argument.
Yeah,
it was a good argument.
I'm not even mad at. And again, I see both points of view. But for me, it's one of those like I've seen what MJF is still like when he told you. I'm sorry, when he told you, man, look, I will buy your ticket and I will pay for you to be trained. I will pay for you to be just so I can beat your like that is a whole nother level, man. I'm like. I want to be mad, but I can't because I feel like that's who he is. And remember, he's been like this since he was a kid. That Rosie O'Donnell thing when he was on TV as a kid, that was him. And I was like, he's been about that life. So that's why I have this number one. I'm not mad at anybody else.
I ain't mad at it. That's why he's number two.
Let's keep it moving.
Head out of here real quick, Dre.
All right.
But I will try to after this is done, if you want to tag me to a post, I'll just make one. I'll give you guys my top 10.
This is almost 3 hours long, so we're gonna do the general shit another time, man. Because I want to.
All right. Yeah, perfect. Because it's 12 o'clock and where I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm about to go hit the sack a little bit.
For y'all giving y'all input, man. Next time, man, let's chop it up. I'm free this weekend if y'all got something going on, man. I got more stuff I'm gonna be shooting. Obviously, I gotta do the general stuff. I'm about to do a piece. I'm writing it. I'm trying to put it all together and get it as composed so I don't go on tangent with the whole Black Lives Matter. Because, man, I got just like so much opinion on it. You know what I'm saying? So much gray matter on the subject matter, man. I've having white friends pull up to me, having one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many different perspectives and so many different conversations that I'm just like, man, let me put this all together. You know, coming from a mixed family too, I got brothers and sisters who look white. Like you wouldn't even know that they were black unless you were to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Brother looks exactly like Adam Sandler. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, like their reactions are so different. Certain people you grew up with, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, where's these people at? How come they ain't saying nothing? I had another person hit me up like, yo, you know, we've always been cool. My white homegirls like, yo, you've always been cool. I ain't saying nothing because my dad's a cop. And I'm like, well, you know what? I didn't take that into consideration. When I think about it more, it's just like there's cops speaking out about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you really putting an occupation over someone's life? You know what I'm saying? Like your dad can take that badge off. You know what I'm saying? Like anyone could put that badge on. You know what I'm saying? So like to compare that, the two people comparing it to a job or to a piece of property or something that could be rebuilt or you know what I'm saying? Like someone had the comic book store looted out here, and the guy made $20,000 in one day off of GoFundMe already. We can't GoFundMe back someone's life. You know what I'm saying? The conversations having with these people. You know what I'm saying? I had a friend, half black, half white, and man, he had a crazy little thing, and I'm just really trying to get it all organized. But he don't identify as black, and the cold reality is, I didn't even have to tell him, bro, you're black. Someone already did it for him. They jumped on thing like, bro, you're scared to be black, and no matter how much you try to pander to the rest of us with these like Uncle Tom posting shit, you know what I'm saying? Because he's putting some little self-hate post shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, how come there these black girls are hating on this white girl for having braids, but they can wear weaves and shit? I'm like, bro, this ain't the time for that shit.
That shit's cold,
Right.
bro.
It is a
Bro,
valid point. Look, it's a valid point, but it's the wrong time for that shit. It's the wrong, like, who are you trying to reach with that right now? You know what I'm saying? Who are you
Right.
pandering to with that right now? It ain't black people.
Hey, well,
You know what I'm saying?
two quick things before one, I'm definitely have to be on that discussion when you have that. But before I head out, I just want to say I love all three of y'all, man.
Absolutely.
One
Much
black man to
love, much
another.
love.
Make sure
Much
y'all
love, my guy. Much
stay
love.
safe. You know, we gotta support each other. We gotta love one another. And even if we, agree to disagree or even disagree to agree, we at the end of the day, we still gonna, face that same instance where none of our opinions, none of our political views, religious views matter. Someone's gonna look at our skin color and be like, "Nah, he got to go." So
Right.
that's my whole view on it, real quick. At the end of the day, we gotta protect one another. But I'm out. Appreciate y'all. This is definitely dope.
Definitely
And
be
just
safe.
let me know what y'all got going on this weekend. I'd love to hop on.
All right, no doubt, man. I appreciate everything from y'all, man. I love y'all too, man. We'll talk,
All right,
man.
man. Peace.
Much love, guys. Much love, man.
Definitely.
Man, you know how the FAD niggas, man, they got me predisposed now. I can't even say shit. I gotta protect myself. These niggas will fucking flip your shit on you, my nigga, man. But hey, when's the next France games, bro? That video game one y'all had was fire, bro.
Oh, the next one I'm working on is wrestling.
Oh, hey, I gotta get on that one, bro.
It's
I gotta get on that one, man. Hey, I would have been
Loso-
wrong on the animated
Loso
one.
talking smack.
With the
See,
Tarzan,
I don't know if I'm gonna make a third appearance. I want to, because Loso was talking heavy that day, bro. He was talking real heavy that day, bro. But I might have to let other people get the opportunity, you know?
Oh, I got a spot. I went from 3 people. I'm trying to think about this time. Maybe if I up the numbers this time.
If you up it,
go to
I'll
4 to
hop on.
5.
But if you just do the 4, I'm gonna let other 4 people rock out.
I might do 5 now. I did 4 to start off. I did. Then the last one was 3, and then this one might go up. Might see how 5 work.
All right.
And,
So if you want,
I might add a new game. I might add a new game.
I'm
Dre, you might hear him first. So far, what's that? Loso? That's Dre and Joe. That's 3 people right there. 3 people, 2 more spots. 2 more spots.
We gotta get a lady up in there, man. Damn, we gotta get a lady
2 more
up in
spots.
there. Wait, tell my boy Dre tried to add that little sauce. She a beautiful lady.
Uh-huh.
My man Burberry Dre came out that day.
Burberry Dre. Oh, the bad guy.
We gotta get our black queen
Oh,
for roses on this
Machismo. Oh, Machismo Dre. Machismo Dre came out.
I don't know if that was Drop Top Dre or Burberry Dre.
Yeah, he said, hey, yo. I got a WWE title, IWGP title, AEW.
I'm gonna holler at you guys, man. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe,
man.
Yeah, but definitely, man, the Frost games, man, get you on there. Gotta find 2 more people. If you know a lady, just let me know.
That's what I'm about to look for a lady to get up on there, man. Wrestling though, now if this was the other one, it'd be a little bit easier to find someone. It feels like a music or TV, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are next. But I did get the wrestling one up.
I'm gonna have to browse on that one. I'm gonna be up in these little wrestling.
You always, like I said, the next one. I'm already thinking about the next one. I'm trying to make it good. I was thinking music, but I don't know. Because what I want to do, monetize.
You really incorporate all of the StreamYard, bro. Like, I'm trying to get to your level with that shit, bro. We sharp, man. We sharp as fuck with it.
Like the one I might use, I'll give you a little inside scoop, because I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm thinking about getting me involved. Y'all going to have to guess the theme song. But I don't want to play it because I don't want to get monetized. So the only way I could think of, if I hum it, you have to guess the theme song.
I'm with it, bro. Man, that got me laughing because as a kid, man, like I said, I used to wrestle all the time as a kid, man, and we would hum our theme songs to the fucking ring.
All of that.
Love that shit, man.
I went to the extreme. What? Because you know my favorite move is the super kick. What? When one of the little girls was running around, I asked them, do the all part for me when I come out so I can start singing. Yeah, for the Shawn Michaels.
Man. My cousins, and I'll give Shawn his due on that, man. Like, I was always Bret Hart, man, but everyone else in the family was Team Shawn Michaels, bro.
Yeah, I definitely did the Bret Hart. Yo. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That might be official. That game might be on the next one. You might hear me harmonizing some wrestling things. You might.
Ready.
I'm gonna give y'all a chance.
Man.
Definitely, bro. Be easy.